What's up with you? What's up with you? It's a Sunday night. I didn't even know it, man. I saw Duke. That was the team I was rooting for, man. They got knocked out, so they didn't look like they was that. They just didn't look like a championship team anyhow. They got knocked out, so much for Duke. We see this thing with Nick Cannon now. Nick Cannon and Amber Rose, they're in a Jeep and they're out talking about politics. And Nick Cannon says some things, says the Democrats are KKK. You know, he leaves out the part where the party switched. And he's confusing Dixiecrats and instead of Democrats, I mean, and that's fine. That's fine. But a lot of people think, and I was listening to Nick, and he's always been this way. A lot of people think it's time, though. They think that at this point, the Democrats will give an opportunity and now move over to the Republican Party, man, and and see how they can help the community. The numbers are falling for black representation. We see that with the redistricting. We saw that with Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett did fine with black people. It was the Latinos and the whites who didn't vote for her. The mission of the Democrat, like I said, you got to be careful when you say the Democrats are Democrats. When a black person is a Democrat, well, that's a Democrat. That's a liberal. They're liberals. There used to be, I don't know if you can find them. There used to be some conservative Democrats. Wasn't a whole lot of them, but there used to be conservative Democrats who would float around in certain areas of America. They didn't really care for liberalism. But the party, and this seems to be the problem, the party has become extremely liberal. And many people feel they've forgotten about the black community. They just forgot about them. They've abandoned it and went on dealing with other issues, other this thing with the migrants and LGBT and all of that. And they say they forgot about the black community. They just forgot about them. And you got guys like Nick Cannon, a younger guy, Amber Rose. Right, I saw Tiger Woods was in the news. He flipped over a van. He refused the breathalyzer, so that's automatic DUI. So said he did do a urinalysis, but he tested clean. So they wanted to no, he passed the breathalyzer. So they wanted him to do a urinalysis, and he refused. And under their law, that's an automatic fail. So we saw Tiger Woods. That's Trump's friend. He's dating Trump's granddaughter. We know about the Nicki Minaj, and then you got the Stacey Dash and Mike Tyson and Snoop. And is this a chance now? I mean, is this the moment? That blacks reach out and give Republicans, say, a 50-50 split. Is this the time to split that vote in half? The Nicki Minaj, you can make jokes about her, but she's influential. Even if it means to the and I think people got to understand it, even if it means it's not to the benefit of the voter, she's influential. She can get people to vote the way she wants them to vote, even if it's detrimental to them people. And that's always been a knack, get people to vote against their own interest. Be good enough to get them where they will vote even against their own interest. You got the Tiger Woods and the Amber Rose. Amber Rose has an OnlyFans. And I get it. People can say they're Catholic. People can say they're Christians. People can say they're Islam. There are people walking around who say they are Islamic, they're Muslim, and they eat pork chops. And they tell you right now that that's their faith. But they like the bacon, they like the pork chop, they like the sausage. And they understand the faith says don't eat those foods. They said they understand that. But, they like those foods, but they still claim that. So when you talk about an Amber Rose with an OnlyFans, you have to wonder, I mean, like, what part of that is conservative? Because that's actually liberal. A woman who wants to show herself off, that is a liberal woman. That was a big deal, especially you talking about conservative. Conservative is routine and tradition for the most part. Women were always clothed. That's just the way women were perceived. This whole world we live in now with the internet and camera phones, they were, no, they were ladies. And they were treated with respect because they were ladies. And women who were not ladies were not treated with respect. And they weren't seen the same way. Amber Rose got an OnlyFans. Amber Rose has an OnlyFans. That goes against conservative values. Conservatives don't believe in that. Conservatives, now, if you want to say, I'm going to pick a party because I want to, you're right. You certainly are free to do that. You are free to pick whatever party you want to. I agree 100%. If you say, I'm going to pick a party and I'm going to go against everything the party stands for, I understand that. No, I can understand that. I can understand that. When you talk about Tiger Woods, it's his second incident. He had an incident a while back where he was in the hospital for a while. People believe that pain, whatever things were involved with that, allegedly or whatever. Now you got this situation where he doesn't want to take a urinalysis and he's turned over another SUV. And he's a conservative. But they are real big. They don't believe in drugs, man. They don't. Conservatives don't believe in that. They don't believe in marijuana. They don't believe in that. They do not believe in those things. We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. Yeah, they don't believe in stuff like that, man. So you got Tiger Woods. But then again, I'm looking at this. He's saying, hey, I could go ahead and claim conservatism or Republican, but I can live like I'm a liberal. And that is something I've never experienced, but I follow now. Now, when it's expressed that way, I follow. I follow. Live like a liberal, vote like a conservative. Okay. Because see, I'm going by how they're living. I'm not anybody. I can be a conservative. You can be a conservative. We can be a conservative anytime you want to be. It's don't cost nothing. Just go vote. All right. I'm just saying they're not living that way. And my thing is, if they were living that way, I think that they would bring more votes to the conservative party. Nicki Minaj, her situation with her husband. Nothing about her husband is conservative. Nothing. Nothing about him is conservative. Nothing, not even close to the conservative lifestyle, the value systems of what conservatives believe in. Nicki Minaj's husband and Nicki Minaj, none of that is conservative. But once again, live like a liberal, vote like a conservative. But the problem with that, if you understand what when you vote for conservatives, they're really again, they're not just don't live the way you're living. They don't particularly care in the sense of laws. They don't support any type of criminal activity, man. Yeah, her brother. Yeah. You got Tiger Woods. He needs to go back to rehab. Um, God bless you, Tiger. You got plenty of bread. You need to get some help, man, because this the second time you done flipped the truck. The second time you done flipped one. Second time, brother, you better read these tea leaves. Somebody's trying to tell you something. It's time to stop, man. You're getting a warning. Second time you done flipped the truck, bro. You got Amber Rose, you got OnlyFans. She has an OnlyFans where you get the dynamics of that. That's not nothing conservative about OnlyFans. In fact, if you talk to a conservative, they'd shut that down. They don't think we shouldn't be looking at stuff like that. They would say, no, cut that off. They don't believe in that. They do not believe in that. That's liberal. So you got Tiger, second SUV he done flipped. That is liberal. Flipping SUVs, that's liberal. Being on some type of narcotic or some type of intoxicant and flipping your car, that is liberal. That's liberal, right? Nothing conservative about that. Nothing. Chile is on here now. I mean, we've seen it now. She's making apologies on Twitter about how she supports Michelle Obama, how she voted for Michelle, and people are questioning that because she reposted a video that was extremely disrespectful to Michelle Obama. Other people said to black women, period. There was somebody, the trolls will put videos together. Somebody had a video up and was questioning if Michelle Obama was a man. Was a woman or a man. And Chile said accidentally she shared that with her subscribers. She said it was an accident. And then when they peeled through her tweets, there's a tweet on there. She says, don't date black men. We know she's got her zaddy. She's got, she follows Tory with Tommy Lauren. She sent money to Ted Cruz. And she can be whatever she wants to be. She can be a Democrat. She could be a Republican. She can join the Green Party. She can do anything she wants. But she shared a video that was disrespectful to the former first lady. And her audience, the core of it, is black women. That's the core of her audience. They supported Democratic Party 95%. And the rock bed, the bedrock, the core, the mantle of her audience is black women. And she shared a video where a man is accusing our former first lady some kind of way she registered to vote as a man, something like that. I don't know. It's some nonsense. You see that stuff. You don't look at it. It's foolishness. They're going to put it out there. It's complete hypocrisy. And now she's backpedaling and she's saying it, but her fans are not believing her. Yeah, they're not believing her. And what's up with you, Ramil? And they're saying the zaddy. They're saying they can understand it, but you're laying up with a zaddy. We got Nick Cannon. He got a bunch of kids. He's not married. That is not conservative. Nick Cannon can go out and have 50 more kids. But the way he's doing it is not conservative. The conservative way, you should get married and you have it with one woman. That's practicing what you're preaching. That is actual practicing what you're preaching. But when you do it this way, like Nick Cannon, it's like somebody who's claims to be Islamic and they eat pork chops and bacon and sausage. And they tell you, you say, man, I thought you were a Muslim. And they tell you, oh, man, yeah, but I love my bacon, my sausage, man. You know, and they said, well, but you're not. You and that's the thing I think that called I think being a conservative is not the issue. When you look at a guy like Tim Scott, he's a conservative, right? You can disagree with his politics, but for all we know, because we don't know him like that, and he's smart. He's a grown man. Him and his wife, they keep their business off the internet, right? Because we don't know him like that. But for all we know, he's a conservative. He practices what he preaches. He lives by the standards of tradition. He's a very traditional man. But then you go down this rabbit hole where these people are claiming to be conservatives and they don't live like it. They live like liberals. Nicki Minaj lives like a liberal. Now let me back up on Stacey Dash. Other than the assaults, her whooping her ex or whatever, I grant her. I get she's a conservative. Okay, I don't know anything that she's doing that would conflict with the interests. Mike Tyson, where should I begin? But he knows Donald Trump, so he's more. That's his friend. He gonna support his friend. And then Snoop, we seen Snoop. Snoop became a crossover. Snoop is now right there in the middle of it. At first, he was adamant against it. Now he's pushing it. Like the stream, brother. Say anyone voting R is a fool. The Democratic Party is the party that promoted slavery. They want people to live in the past and cry. People need to move forward and stop the hate and crying. Brother, that sentence was that was some back and forth. He said they want people to live in the past and cry. Do they? You sure? And then you say people need to move on, move forward, and stop the hate and crying. Okay. I got you, bro. But I'm serious, man. People are looking around, especially a lot of black people. They're taking a second look. My thing is, and I think they don't sell it the right way. I think they need to sell conservatism to blacks by saying, hey, you don't have to live by that stuff. You don't have to vote for the Democratic Party. You can be a liberal, live a liberal lifestyle, and still vote for the Conservative Party. But you don't have to live like conservatives. You don't have to be a conservative person. You can still do your, Tiger Woods, you can do your thing. You can flip over trucks. You can Amber Rose, you got your OnlyFans popping. Nick Cannon, you can go have you a bunch of women. You got so many kids, you don't even know all their names. You got Snoop, the promotion of drugs, that's not conservative. Tyson, we already know. We're going to stop right there. I'd say out of the whole group, I'm serious, out of the whole group that you see listed up here, Stacey Dash. I would say Stacey's the only conservative up there. I'm saying now, promoting all of them promote it. And that's fine. They don't have to follow. It's like if I go to church for Easter, right? I could go in there, fall in there. I can sit down, shut up, donate, fellowship, shut up, donate, leave, and then I could go back home and I could do anything I want. I can go here and there and up and down and all around. Why not? Why not? I went to Easter. I went to church. But I don't practice what I preach, but I go. And that's really, I think they need to sell it that way. I think that's the mistake. They're not selling it from a standpoint, I'm gonna practice what I preach. They're not selling it that way. And maybe if they sold it that way, they would be able to sell that to more blacks. They're getting what, 20%? I think they can get it up to 50% if the people understand you don't have to practice this stuff. You can do the same thing you do as a liberal. Look at Tyson. Tyson's a conservative. Tyson has a drug line. I mean, weed. He sells what? Weed. Yeah, that ain't anything. Let me look. Oh man, this is crazy, man. Let me see if I have this thing open right here. Yeah, here we go. Many black voters are disillusioned, particularly the younger ones, and they feel neglected, and they believe the Democratic Party has taken their loyalty for granted, and promised changes. We can go back to the civil rights marches have been slow to happen. Many black men, particularly black men, have indicated they're leaving the Democratic Party. Many are focused on the GOP because they believe in better economic opportunity, personal responsibility, and one of the biggest issues over ideology in the Democratic Party. That's causing a lot of black people to just get away. A lot of black people are rethinking their position. The ideology. It's one thing to be a liberal, but as you add more planks to that position, it drives some people. It's going to drive away. Many people are at odds with the party in the way that all of the, you know what I'm saying, the alternative stuff. They're not into that. And they go to church and they believe in a certain telling of the Bible. And they don't have anything against what they say. Hate the sin, love the sinner. They don't have any problem with individuals who live that alternative lifestyle. It's just not something that they live, and they've been told by their Bible that that's not the way to go. And many of those people are finding problems in the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party keeps trying to push things that they just simply do not agree with. And the Republican Party, even though there are alternatives, they're not pushing those things that the Democratic Party is. And the Democrats, because that party's been pushed so left, they're forgetting about a huge block of black people. Well, mostly black men. Black men are gone. They're done. A lot of black men are just not going to put up with that. And some people even believe that the alternative lifestyle in many ways comes to the forefront when you still have problems in the black community. You still have a lot of problems in the black community, and these things are not being addressed. They're almost being neglected or ignored, and then the Democratic Party, once they get in power, proceed to give over the help to certain communities. And that's a dangerous one there for the Democratic Party, the ideology. But that's always been that way, extreme. If you're extreme liberal, you're going to lose your mods. You're going to lose your moderates. Your moderates won't be able to stay there. And nobody, that's tree hugging. Extreme liberals, they don't believe in gas. They don't believe in meat. You don't eat no meat. They don't believe you should cut down trees. You should talk to trees. You should just talk to them. You shouldn't. That's wrong to do that. That's extreme. I mean, that's out there right now. It's like that flat earther stuff. It's extreme. And Democratic Party is going extreme. And in the process, they're losing a lot of blacks. And the problem that they're making is the people that they have recruiting the blacks. Like I said, of all that people up there, we know it's more than that. The only person up there who's a conservative is Stacey Dash. Now, they all can vote conservative. You can vote for anybody you want to vote for. But the only person who practiced conservative traditional values is Stacey Dash. The rest of them, they can vote for the Conservative Party. They just don't practice. That's all my thing. I'm like, man, you guys are almost ultra liberals, ultra extreme liberal, and I don't know how you're going to get. Now, we know they got influence, but how are you going to get a significant portion of the black community take a second look at the Republican Party if the people who are asking them to look are living a liberal lifestyle? A complete contradiction to what they're claiming they support at the ballot box. But people are taking a look at it, man. And we saw Nick Cannon, and he was saying things, the truth will set you free. And Nick Cannon was talking to Amber Rose, and Amber Rose said the Democratic Party hates black people. And Amber Rose, she's got an OnlyFans. And then you got Nick Cannon, he's got 1,000 kids, and he's saying that the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK. And both of them have made their money off the black community. If it wasn't for the black community, they would not be the famous names that we know about. Whether it was Nick Cannon, who has always faithfully supported you, Nick? Black people. And look at how you talk down on them. This is ridiculous, man. You look at Amber Rose. She couldn't make it on MTV. She tried to go over there. They sent her back to BET, and now she did some Bravo stuff, and I don't know what she's doing now. Cher, a 79-year-old white woman, took her man. I think the baby was still in diapers, and her man ran off with Cher. I think they're finna get married. I heard a story, they're gonna get married. So it shows you that if he's a happy man, he can satisfy his woman. That shows you that he's happy with Cher. He wasn't happy. He said he wasn't happy with Amber. And as crazy as it sounds, Cher's a liberal, right? As crazy as it sounds, Cher's more conservative. She's more conservative than Amber Rose. And Cher is a liberal. Cher is she is a leftist. But she's more conservative than Amber Rose. And that's the big thing about it, because you wonder, do these people even understand politics when they claim these things, man? When you choose a side, it's supposed to be the way you want to live. You're not supposed to picking a side. Amber Rose is an extreme liberal. She's more extreme than Cher. And the only reason Cher is slowed down because she's 78. Or she's 79 years old. Of course she doesn't slow down. She still tours, though. She still makes some money. Let me tell you something. She get paid. They're going to pay her. And she got a following and a loyal audience. She's a liberal, though. I think there was a protest when she got on stage. She had a little show. It was like just a fun show. I think it was like an hour. It might have been the Sonny and Cher. I don't know. She did have a show. It might have been the Sonny and Cher show. And they didn't want them to put the Jacksons on there because of the race. They didn't want the black guy to be on there with her. And she refused. She was her show, and she booked them anyhow. And she got up there and introduced them to America. That's Cher. Cher is not a conservative. So she went against the good old boys club and she lost some advertisers. And that we talking about what? The 71, 72? And right now, if you was to do a test, Cher is more conservative than Amber Rose. Yet Amber Rose is trying to sell conservatism to blacks. Well, if you do it her way, you're a liberal. You just vote conservative, which is fine. You can do that. If I decide to, whatever faith I choose, let me go over here. Let me get this. There we go. Out of matter. Whatever faith I choose, you have to practice what you preach. You have to practice what you believe. You can't go against everything you believe. And that's the problem with them. That's why there's a lack. Stacey wore out. I guess they just got Stacey while she was just too old. I guess, I imagine. I don't know. But I don't think she's out there doing anything now. They used her up against Obama quite a bit. They used her against Barack Obama. And she came in and she said a lot of negative stuff. She said a lot of negative stuff as it pertains to Barack Obama. I guess she's outused her usefulness. She's not with Fox News. Fox News, they're called what? Fox News contributor. Now you got Nick Cannon. And Nick Cannon said the Democrats are the party of the KKK. That's what he said. The Democrats just ran a black woman for president. They ran a black man for president. I mean, these people hit the nomination. They got nominated and blessed, and they were the candidate for the Democratic Party. A black man and a foreign woman, or whatever you want to call her. And Nick Cannon say the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK. And doing the civil rights, all them people, the Dixiecrats, they protested civil rights. They didn't think black people should be having their own. They shouldn't be treated the same. That was the thing. That's what they felt. Felt they should not be being treated the same. You got a lot of nerve to be treating those black people the same as us good conservative people. And there's, you can be a listen, you can be a black conservative. You can be a Bible thumping black conservative. You can. You can. You can. But when people are those things, they live that life. They live that life. The liberal, in a sense, doesn't live. The liberal lives his life based on his desires. The liberal is more trying to pleasure himself. The liberal's focused on that. The conservative is doing the job. He's out hunting. He's out gathering wood. He's preparing, fixing his house. The liberal's out. You know what he's doing. I don't know. He said, why am I not being notified? I don't know. I have no idea, brother. And when you have a Mike Tyson, I get it. Mike Tyson is a conservative. He supports Trump. But Mike, you're a horrible example of a conservative. You're just a horrific example. I'm serious. Just to even now, redemption. Okay. But look at what you're making your money off. Do you call yourself a conservative? You sell weed wraps, blunt wraps, backwoods. Is that healthy for people? Do you think people are better off after they try your product? He says, what's the other option? Oh, look, Republican it is. Okay. Okay, that's my question. Do you think should blacks vote Republican? The Nicki Minaj. Nicki's not even a citizen. Nicki's not even supposed to be here. So one would wonder, can she even vote? Can she even vote? And the Chile situation, I've seen the video. She's looking bad. She looks bad in that apology video. She's looking bad on that, man. She's looking bad on that video. She should have never shared that video. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Somebody says she MAGA. I'm not surprised by that. But see, that's not a good example for the Republican Party. Is if once you get found out you MAGA, you making videos on X apologizing. That's not that don't you have to stand on it. You got to stand on it. You have to if whatever you believe in, you got to stand on. Don't try to back out of it. Now, I got no problem with her being a Republican or being MAGA. No problem at all. I think that you share some stuff about the Obamas. Don't you think that's inappropriate? Something that was, they were saying it was inappropriate, and she did it. She shared it, and she forgot. Most of her all of her career is because of black women. The black community, mostly black women. TLC were tremendous with black women. And now they had fans. They had all fans. But the core of their fans, the fandom of the TLC was black women. And she sort of threw them under the bus when she shared Michelle Obama by this person who made up this lie suggesting that Michelle Obama was a man. She disappointed a lot of her fan base. A lot of them, they because they feel that's just unacceptable. First of all, it's a lie. I can agree with that. And then you would share this stuff, and you're out there dabbling in this foolishness. And then you got the Tiger Woods. You got Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods done flipped over another truck. Tiger Woods. I mean, Tiger, you man, you need to come on back to the hood. Tiger been catching L's left and right. His old lady touched him up with that golf club. They say he done got hooked on something. He turned over one of his cars. He just turned over a truck. You got to go get you some help, man. And Tiger got plenty of money, man. Plenty of money. But he done lost his way, man. He's lost his focus. He's lost his way. Maybe if he rests on his conservative leanings, that will get him together. But let me just say this. Addiction, that's actually liberal. It's hard to be a conservative and you're hooked on some stuff. Because all of that is living the lifestyle of a liberal. It's a free lifestyle. And you do have to look at the community. So the black community is going to screw up the meaning of conservatism. Well, they might, because it don't really mean what it means to them. You could be a black conservative, man. I know a lot of pastors, they are conservatives. 100% Republicans. And they preside over a black church. But they don't believe in the Democratic Party because of, you can go down the list. Nothing wrong with those guys. Those guys are good people. Good pastor. Practice what they preach. They teach it to their kids. They practice what they preach. You're not going to come in their house disrespectful. You're not going to come in their house on drugs. You're not going to get pregnant. No, these people practice what they preach. And that gives your leanings teeth. When you do it the way Snoop does it, it has no teeth. I mean, he's voting conservative, but he's living like a liberal. Nikki's not even American. Isn't that a contradiction? She's not even an American, yet she's interfering with who we vote for and how we vote. And the one that you would think is a clown, Stacey, she's probably only conservative up there. All she's had is some issues with her domestic issues. That's all she's really had. That's all she's really had, some domestic issues. But this might be the group. This might be the group that brings us over the hump, man. You get 50%. If Trump can get 50% of the black vote, he's going to be elected in a landslide. A landslide. And is this the right team? Well, Tiger probably ain't going to be available. He'll probably be in rehab. Is this the right team? Possibly. Possibly. So Republican don't necessarily equate to conservative. Yes. Actually, they don't. Well, actually, it does. They're real big on that, brother. That's why they call them RINOs. And that's basically what these are. These blacks are RINOs. They don't practice, or believe anything. They live a liberal lifestyle, and they're RINOs. They're Republican in name only. They're just Republican, and they're not even conservatives. They're liberals. They're liberals who vote Republican, which is fine. You can vote for anybody you want. But nothing is more textbook of a RINO than these individuals. And like I said, the only one who I would say is a conservative for real, right, is Stacey Dash. The rest of those guys, the way they live conflicts with the party they chose. I'm not saying they can vote for who they want to vote for. You would be better off just saying you voting for Trump, and and that's it. But the black community, if you could turn them into a bunch of RINOs, okay. 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 You said a RINO is a liberal. According to their metrics, According to the metrics of the Conservative Party, a RINO is a liberal. A RINO is a liberal. And they're just saying you claiming conservative, but you are a liberal. Everything you stand for is liberal policies. And that is a RINO. Now, they don't respect RINOs in the Conservative Party. They look down on them. They don't want them in the Conservative Party. But the blacks that we have championing the Conservative Party, for the most part, are all RINOs. They're all RINOs. And you know, and what he really needs to do, what they really need to do, you got to get rid of these thug rappers. These thug rappers, they really make your party look bad. You don't need these thug rappers claiming to be conservative. They don't need to be claiming to be liberals, but that actually is liberal, though. The way they live, that's actually liberal. Conservatism is your grandma and your grandpa, and growing up and living in a house in the country and farming and not having much, maybe an old truck. That's conservative. That's a conservative way of life. Going to church, raising a family. That's a conservative way of life. You can't, the stuff that they do, that's this Tiger Woods turning over trucks. That's not conservative. This man done turned over two. Wait, what did he totaled what the car was? That a Buick? He totaled that one, and then he just flipped his truck. And he refused a urinalysis. I wonder why. Like the stream, man. Shout out to Soldier. Platinum, you wrong. Conservatives are some of the biggest hypocrites. Remember Jim and Tina Fey Baker, Newt Gingrich. Jim and Tina Fey Baker. I remember them. They were religious. That was a church. That was the what you call, right? The club, what's they called it? The new something. That was a religious thing, right? Okay, that's A. I don't know what you mean by the politics on that. And then Newt Gingrich. I don't know nothing about Newt. I know nothing about him. Nothing at all. Speaker of the House. Says, with all the black Americans leaving the Democratic Party, that's why they left the border open so they can buy dependent voters. Okay. 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 If that's what you say, listen, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to say this again. You can be a conservative. You would be better off as a person. Practice what you preach. If you don't believe in the direction of the Democratic Party, and if you're a Democrat, you got to be a liberal, and they are very liberal. There are boundaries out here. You can be liberal to a point. You can say, hey, man, I like a steak. I like steaks, man. I like food. So when you start going to the extreme, I burn wood. You see what I'm saying? So you go to a point where you say, no, I'm not going into that. I don't believe in that. Right? And I think that's where the Democrats, they went too far. They keep saying they need to get more moderates. I don't know who they're going to get. But they need to get some type of moderate, because right now they're going in the wrong direction. Now this war, nothing could be better for a party is to be on the other side doing a war. And we'll see how that goes. But we see the Snoop, we see the Mike, and we see all these people. And other than being a RINO, I don't see it. What's the point? I mean, are you going are you going to get close to God? Are you going to change? Are you going to go to rehab? Are you going to get married? Are you going to settle down? Are you going to do all of these things now that you are a conservative? Are you going to believe? Or are you just going to claim I'm a conservative, but I'm going to live like a liberal? Well, see, the problem you're going to run into is it's going to be some serious conflicts in that. It's serious conflicts in that because if as a liberal you do things, you're going to be held accountable for those things. All of this parole and relaxed laws, conservatives don't believe in that. They do not believe in that. If you are a jail dude, if you're a jailhouse dude, if you in or out, you done did time and you vote conservative, you can. You're a liberal. You're a liberal, you're just fooling yourself. Unless you change. Now, if you change, then I understand why you're doing it. But you're voting against the way you're living. You're living like a liberal, but you're voting conservative. Okay, $5 holler. He says, I don't really keep up with Tim and Jim and Tina Fey. Okay, they did drugs, had affairs. Gingrich blasted Clinton, and then he got caught in his own. Okay, I don't really keep up with them. I'd have to keep up with them in a way to keep up how the party responded to them. I don't know. I do see Newt around saying him on Fox News. He shows up on Hannity. He said white voters are pretty much split down the middle. Black voters tend to go for the free stuff. But aren't white voters eligible for the free stuff that Democrats dangle? Aren't that, well, if they're dangling free stuff, wouldn't that be any American who comes to the party? Wouldn't that be that? And Thomas, you know that the most people on welfare are white people, right? You know that, right, Thomas? Go check it. Are those white people, are people dangling free stuff like food for them to feed their kids? That's pretty stupid. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Thomas. Let me tell you something. You actually do more harm if you're trying to get black people to come to your party. You got to watch saying stuff like this. You're not going to get them to take a second look at the Republican Party with people like you running around talking crazy. Like the stream, man. 80% of black voters vote Democrat. Okay, they feel like the Democratic Party is the one for them. Okay. Stand in line. Well, that's how you got to get them. If it's a line there, if there's a line to get the government handouts, stand in it. Stand in the line. This is a very well. We used to be having whoa. Yeah, we used to be a very wealthy country. I don't know after this war right here. I don't know about that. But I can assure you this, Thomas, none of those people pictured, none of those people you're going to see standing in anybody's line. None of them. Maybe Stacy. And it's the thing. Stacy's the only conservative. Of all of those people, Stacey Dash is the only conservative. The rest of them are a bunch of RINOs. The rest of them are a bunch of liberals. They living like liberals and they claiming that. She actually is a conservative. She votes that way. She lives that way. And you know what? If she needed to, she's standing in that line. If that woman got kids to feed, I don't know her business. What she got to take care of her children? What she supposed to think about you and not stand in line? How's she going to feed her kids? Watch. Drive by, watch, honk. Those food pantries, man. I've never been to one. I see them on YouTube. Those food pantries, depends on where you are, man. They be taking care of, it depends on where you are. If you're somewhere where it's a whole lot of people, it's not the same. But if you're in some rural part of America, a couple of the women have went live and shown what they got at the pantry, man. They got a lot of stuff. This is a very generous country, man. In addition to their food stamps, they go to the pantry, man. The pantry get them like 3 chickens, 2 packs of smoked sausage, 4 loaves of bread, donuts, all types of stuff, man. They just give it to them. They got to fill out the form and put the paperwork in, and they set it up and they feed their kids in addition to their food stamps they get. She said, "Get a man with a job." Well, yeah, if they're conservatives, but see, that's what I'm saying. If they live that way, if they claim that and they live that way, they would do that. They would say, "Hey, I'm gonna get married before I have kids." They would say those things. But the way you're getting it pushed, especially toward the black community, by a Snoop Dogg and Nicki and all of these people, the Tiger Woods, they're telling you don't have to change anything. Just continue to live like a liberal, but vote for a conservative. Let me just let you in on a secret. You can vote for who you want to. Okay, you can vote for who you want to. I'm just trying to make a point. If you're a liberal and you're voting conservative, you're really voting against your own best interest. Now, if you're a moderate and you make a decision on which party, that's different. But if you're a liberal and you vote conservative, you're voting against your best interest. If you at a food pantry, that ain't conservative. America feeding your kids, there's nothing conservative about that. Your kid falls down, breaks his leg, you don't have insurance. Well, we're a very generous country, and that's a child. We're a very generous country. We'll help that kid out, repair his leg, etc. I don't know, they might mess up your credit, maybe, I don't know. But we'll help that child out. But the way, if you really want to know what conservative America was supposed to be, that's on you. Now, if the people in the town want to do something, if the doc want to do it, but the government has no part of that. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't like the fact that the government does have parts of it. And if you understand conservatism, they don't believe in Medicaid and stuff like that. They don't believe in that. They believe you need to get your own insurance. You pay, take your money, get you some insurance, take care of your family. That's the way they look at it. Don't depend on the government. That's what they believe. But see, the problem is their demographic, that especially Nicki Minaj, that's most of her demographic. Nicki's not gonna get a whole lot of professional women. Nicki Minaj, her music's not even. Her music isn't even created for the mind of say a grown a 28-year-old woman. That her music, she don't even make music for people like that. She makes music for insta thoughts. That's what she makes music for. Nikki can support anybody she wants, but Nikki is not practicing what she preaches. Nikki is not even an American citizen. Nicki Minaj is not even an American citizen. She's a foreigner. She hadn't even had the paperwork to be here. She's here illegally. And a substantial foundation of Nicki's base is blacks. That's just a fact. But she can support, as far as voting for Trump, she can vote for Trump 2 times. That's up to her. She needs to take into account that some of her followers may need some of those things. He says, well, they represent a segment of black people, but what you see here is really a contradiction to some degree because they have a lot of flaws, and conservatism and really liberalism, if you want to be honest, if that's what you want to go down those rabbit holes, they really ain't for people with flaws. The country really is not, you got to understand what the country is for. You got to pull your weight. You got to take care of yourself. That's what the country's about. And we've gotten into the weeds with a lot of idiots who think they know what's best. Who think they know what's best. They think they know what's best. People will vote for who they want. There you go. There you go, brother. Nikki can influence her crowd, but I hope she knows some of those people need those benefits. And maybe she's trying to get her, her citizenship. And the Congress got to, they have to approve that you can buy you citizenship. That's not approved. Amber Rose, OnlyFans. That's not conservative. Tiger Woods turning over his truck, refusing breathalyzers. I mean, refusing to pee in the, take the test, refusing to do that. Nothing conservative about it. So a lot of these people are claiming to be conservatives, and nothing is conservative about it. These are some of the biggest liberals, like we just said. Amber Rose lost her boyfriend to Cher. Cher is like 78, 79 years old. But if you look at them pound for pound, She's more liberal than Cher. She is more liberal than Cher. Cher don't have no OnlyFans, and I don't even think Cher put nothing like that out. That's the way that woman is behaving. Cher is more of a lady than Amber Rose. She's just more of a lady. And this is the blacks. They let the blacks pretty much have went into that conservatism, and they just basically demanded and made it into what they wanted to be. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to believe in, practice what you preach. You're supposed to believe that's the right way to go, and you follow that. I didn't say they were law abiding. And actually, okay, no, hold on. Actually, it does mean that, in the sense that who breaks the law? Liberals. Who's more likely not to break it? Conservatives. I'm talking about if you go by the definition of what they're supposed to be. I'm not talking about people being people and people make mistakes. Yeah. But if you go by what they're pushing, conservatism, that's real big. That's the Conservative Christian Council. You know, the 5 women, all married, who walked around town and shamed the women who might have been divorced or were wearing something that they didn't think was appropriate. That's conservative. They're considered, that's conservative. It's born from that. That's what it's born from. And we have politics, right? And like I said, just like we got religion, people don't practice what they preach. That's all I'm saying. You can do what you want to. You could be Mike Tyson and Trump's your man, and you can vote for Tyson. I mean, you can vote for Trump, and you can be a MAGA and a conservative. But you don't live the way you live. That's always like, but the way you live, you live like a liberal. You live like a liberal, but you're saying you're a conservative, but you live like a liberal. Amber Rose lives like a liberal. They're not, Democrats are not trying to shut down no OnlyFans. If anything, they're fighting to keep it open. And they support that type of life. They said, we don't have no problem with that. Some of these, and a lot of these people are brainwashed. I'm starting to see that, man. Brainwashed. They've sat in front of Fox News so long, and some of them just straight up getting paid. Some of them get that, you know, and you would think that a Nick Cannon don't need money or whatever, you know, but some of them probably just getting a couple of meals to support the Republican ticket. My thing on the people, when y'all go and find these conservatives, right, and find them, why don't you find a few that practice what they preach? And then it'll be easier to sell it to the black community. It's like Nicki Minaj telling migrants they need to put in the paperwork and become Americans before they cross the border. When she's crossed the border, she's a direct contradiction. Like the stream, man. Well, can you even do that? Didn't Trump? Ain't that illegal? Don't you have to go somewhere to get that? I thought you had to go to another state or out of America, whatever, to have those procedures. But I don't know if that's democratic, though. I mean, that's a personal thing, though, right? But I get you, man. I get you. I get you. I get you. The idiot's out today, brother. There we go. Get rid of that. Yeah, he said Kamala raised $2 billion. Wow, and still lost. Yep, and she sure did. She still lost. She lost her bid, and from what I understand, she's going to run again, or she's trying to run again. We'll see. We'll see in the next 2 years when they start having those debates. We'll see. Like the stream, man. You got Nick Cannon. He's got 12 kids. And a lot of dudes, I get it. A lot of dudes want to be like Nick. Nick got his money. He took his money and he went and got him a bunch of babies. He walked away from his marriage or whatever and went out and started smashing a bunch of women. And he lives a lifestyle that people would have questions about as far as his morality and being a degenerate. And he lives this life. And then he turns around and tries to lecture people on who to vote for. And then he says it with half truths. He's talking about the parties. When the parties switched, they went one way to the other. And I think they prey on people's ignorance. I think that they use that and they just prey on it. They know it's not true. They tell you a half truth to get you to believe, hey, I need to vote for this party or I need to vote for this party. We got Tiger Woods with all his money, and he's out here flipping trucks. How'd you like to be the guy in the drunk tank? Hey, you wind up in the drunk tank, right? Or whatever. You're in the drunk tank, and here comes Tiger Woods. And they sit him in there with you. Wouldn't that be something, huh? Well, they probably wouldn't put him in there with the regular people, but they might. Depends. They need to get more conservatives. If you're gonna, and I think that this is a possibility that blacks will lean toward conservative politics because of Trump. They like Trump, so I think a lot of them are going to lean toward conservative politics. But I wish that they would get these clowns that are representing conservative ideologists. Get these clowns out. These are not good representatives of that political leaning. They're not. The only one that is the one they don't have hired. Stacey Dash, I don't think she's working for anybody as far as a consultant. I don't think she's working for any of them. Hey, bro, check it out, bro. Badal. Why should they do it? I'm going to drop this link, man. Come up here and tell me why blacks should support the Republican Party. I see guys in the chat box. If you can comport yourself in the appropriate manner and you can speak without dropping F-bombs, why should blacks listen to these guys? And we saw the Nick Cannon. Now we see it all over Twitter. Every time I go on Twitter, somebody's correcting Nick Cannon about why the party switched, and they keep making a point. He left that part out. He left that part out. So, in a strange way, by him saying that, he put an emphasis on it. And now, for the people who believe that the parties switched, for the few people who believe that, they're getting clarity on that. That the parties, that the parties are the same. They're not the same. The party switch. I know that goes against your narrative, Goat, but they switched. What's up with you, Darnell?
Hey, not much, Platinum. Thank you for having me. Yeah, just I mean, actually, the parties did indeed switch. 1964, they switched. I mean, all you got to do is just pull up a map. Matter of fact, you could do it right now on your channel here and show everyone. But you look up every presidential election um, prior to the 1960s, right? And you'll see Democrats used to win the South. Okay, they used to win the southern states. Republicans used to win uh, the Northeast and what now they call the Western Wall. California, Oregon, and Washington. Those used to be Republican states. Democrats didn't win those. It wasn't until the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Voters' Rights Act of 1965, that kind of stuff, everything changed. I believe, I mean, when you look at the last Democratic president that did very well in the South was Jimmy Carter. Well, and some people would say Bill Clinton, but he was from Arkansas, but Jimmy Carter, he was the last person, last Democrat, I should say, to win the South. Barack Obama, he did okay.
Why didn't Nick Cannon bring that up? Why did Nick Cannon said the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK? Why didn't he give some clarity on that and say they were during this period of time, but because black people wanted to be treated equal and they wanted to vote, the Dixiecrats or whatever, they switched it up and that became the Republican Party.
Yeah, that's because Nick Cannon, more than likely, he's just like a lot of these black conservatives are grifters, And matter of fact, I shouldn't even just say black conservatives. I should say, I mean, because I'll be honest with you, and I super chatted in earlier, about Tina Fey Baker and her husband Jim, but there's a lot of grifters in conservatism. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's a cash cow. It's kind of like, it's the same as people that like to lie to women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can sell them anything. That's just the honest to God truth. Okay. Just to put things in perspective, during the 90s, I don't know if you remember the Monica Lewinsky scandal. That whole thing started out as a shady land deal. That's all it was. A shady land deal where they said they believe President Clinton did something illegal in the shady land deal. Thing was, he lost money. I mean, you don't break the law to lose money. The Republicans had nothing, but Linda Tripp had the tape recorder and recorded Monica Lewinsky. She knew about the dress. She knew, she was recording Monica Lewinsky the whole time when Monica was telling her about the affair. Anyway, Newt Gingrich said, "Oh no, we got to have a president that, we're conservative Christian, and we got to have a president that has values and stuff like that." Larry Flint, the man that used to own Penthouse magazine, offered $1 million for anyone who could dig up dirt on Republicans that were cheating on their wives. And I tell you, I mean, the tips came in. Newt Gingrich got caught cheating on his wife. I mean, a bunch of Republicans got caught cheating on their wives. So you can't tell me these people are conservative, really conservative, high and mighty, and all that. I mean, and some of these, and the religious right, for example, I mean, they were grifting before grifting became a thing. The prosperity gospel.
No, I mean, I got you. You're gonna have some of them are gonna go astray, but when you say
I mean,
all of this when you say all this lawlessness, and then like you say, cheating on your wife, when you say,
that that's not a conservative value.
well, not cheating on your wife. No. What I'm saying, when you say breaking the law, committing adultery, getting hooked on drugs, those are all liberal things. I'm not saying that liberals promote those things. I'm saying that if you do those things, that is more tend to be people who do that are considered liberals. That's not, because when you do that, that's not a conservative thing. It's just a liberal way to live. It's a liberal way to live. Look, you got to pay for your crimes and all that, but you live like a liberal. That's how liberals live.
Yes, sir. I mean, but again, I have to disagree. Like I said, I brought up Newt Gingrich. He was conservative before,
He wasn't really a conservative like that, because if he was doing stuff like that, he's not practicing what he's preaching.
Yeah, and but that's my point, is that they don't even practice what they preach. They're hypocrites. So when I super chatted in, calling them hypocrites, they've always been hypocrites. They just, again, remember, they lie.
Does it even matter? Does it even matter then? Because since if everybody's a hypocrite, right? What difference does it make who you vote for?
Well, the thing is, and again, I'm not trying to, pump up the Democratic Party or anything, but the Democrats don't run these campaigns on family value, these family value campaigns and this and that. You at least know what you're, in a way, you kind of know what you're getting, what I think, when you're equating drug use and all this other stuff to liberal values, I think more or less you're thinking of it's because liberals have a different way of dealing with addiction than conservatives. Basically, when it comes to drugs, they have a zero tolerance policy. But when it comes to liberals, okay, we want it controlled and we want it to get people the help that they need and this and that, which is why you see these, like the experiment in Portland, for example, which I think is a disaster. And, in a way, I kind of feel, I understand why the Democrats at least tried it, because how else do you reach people? Because if the thing is, people are going to do drugs. And I use this argument, but years ago, about just over 100 years ago, there used to be what was called the Volstead Act, which made alcohol illegal. Okay, so you couldn't go to the store, buy a beer like you can today, or whatever you drink, and people still broke the law. All it did was enrich criminals. That's how the mafia, gained a lot of power. And I do feel the same way when it comes to the drugs of today. I mean, just look at what's happening in Mexico.
The Democrats, if they could, they would, marijuana would be considered, at nowhere is it illegal. The Democrats have no problem with usage of that. Democrats don't care anything about it. In fact, the Democrats,
they see it as a form of revenue.
The Democrats are permissive when it comes to that particular issue because they are liberals. They don't believe in don't do it. They say, well, you can do it this kind of way. And it's okay. It's just like someone in high school who gets a baby, has a baby. The Democrats make that acceptable. They make that okay. The Republicans don't even want that person amongst the other classmates. They think that person needs to go to their own school.
I disagree.
They are different parties, and they're talking about what somebody. We're all human beings. I'm telling you, they're different parties, and they stand for different issues. If you look at the issues, you'll see them. The
Okay.
liberals, all of that stuff is considered liberal behavior. Drugs,
Okay. Yes, sir.
what Mike Tyson, I don't have to look at where Mike Tyson vote. I can look at the way he's been living. He's a liberal. He's a liberal. Look at all the stuff Mike Tyson is accused of doing. That's liberal behavior. That's not conservative behavior.
Okay, you brought up something interesting. You said teenage pregnancies, in schools, and okay, I think both parties are actually against teenage pregnancies. The only difference is they have two different strategies on how to deal with that issue. The Republicans, zero stance, zero tolerance policy. Basically, everything is abstinence. That's their message. Abstinence. Democrats, hey, condoms, condom usage, birth access to birth control, but again, both of them have the same ideology. It's just they have two different methods of going about on how to do that.
If you teach your kid right abstinence, you would be from a standpoint of raising them to some degree in a conservative way, a traditional way. If you teach your kids, just make sure you wrap it up. Now, you can vote for Ronald Reagan. You can put Ronald Reagan's name at next time you vote. You can call yourself Mr. Conservative. But if you tell your kids to do that, that's liberal thinking. That's how liberals think. That's how they live. They're the ones running around talking about just wrap it up. They're not saying don't do it. They're the ones saying, well, they're going to do it. See, that goes against, that's what I'm trying to say, that it's the people that they're picking to represent the Conservative Party are at best RINOs, but really they're liberals. And they're not even like moderates. They're extreme liberal. Amber Rose is an extreme liberal. Now, she's not going to say she is. She's not going to
my knowledge.
But the way she lives, she's an extreme liberal.
Yeah, but to my knowledge, she's not really a leader in the Republican Party. She's really I wouldn't be surprised.
She spoke at the convention.
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? Ronald Reagan's son spoke at the Democratic convention years ago. Actually a couple of Democratic conventions.
No, she spoke for a reason. They wanted her up there.
I mean, they do that. The parties
do that. He's a part of their minority outreach. She is.
Yes, I agree with that. Back in the day, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but when Ronald Reagan was governor of California, there used to be a D behind his name. He used to be a Democrat. A lot of people don't know that. He actually spoke at Barry Goldwater's 1964 state, convention, at the Republican convention, when Barry Goldwater was going against LBJ. All right. And, so that ever since then, it's always been a powerful tool. Hey, if I got somebody from the other side, we did the same. The Democrats did the same thing with Liz Cheney. She spoke at the DNC.
Well, she had broke away from that party, though. I mean,
no, she didn't break away.
Well, the way Trump pretty much did her. You know what I mean?
But she didn't break away. She got voted out, by her.
Well, the way Trump got in there and influenced people, so things went the wrong way for her. So if she spoke at the Democratic Party, she's anti-Trump.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, I would be too after the shit he pulled. But I mean, it wasn't just her. Even her father, the late Dick Cheney, vice president. Now, to me, that man was really a conservative. Okay, Dick Cheney, when he was vice president of the United States, he was a real conservative. Like I kind of felt Bush was sometimes.
Both Bushes, conservatives.
Well, I mean, the Bushes,
rock solid conservatives.
I didn't consider both of them real conservatives. Like even the first President Bush, back in the 70s when he ran again, I think it was 76 when Bush first ran for president, or it might have been 1980. Naturally he lost to Reagan in 80. But he even called Reaganomics voodoo math. You know, that's where that's
I got you.
Democrats actually stole it from him.
He didn't believe in trickle down. Okay, but he became his vice president, and he was there and he supported him. And I don't know. I mean, because they said it's anyhow when they describe it, they say it don't work. So, but when all is said and done, if you're going to be a thug, if you're going to be a menace to your community, you can do it under a MAGA hat, but you're not practicing what they preaching. But I get it though. You know, it's the cool thing to do or whatever, and you want to do it. And you're concerned. You're tired of this Democratic Party, and I'm tired of them. But I think you need to take a second look exactly what the Republican Party or the Conservative Party is offering you. Forget just pulling down the lever. Go find out what they are. What are their policies, and how does it impact your life? Because it's very possible you're voting against your own best interest.
But here's the problem. You got to remember, who did they choose, you know, to run, who is now president, who's now listed as president twice? Donald Trump. You really think that man's a conservative? Hell no. Only
he's a conservative.
Hell no. That man, I'm gonna tell you, that man, he don't know. He probably don't know one book in the Bible. Okay, you know,
he's not he says he is, but I'm saying a Christian conservative, no. But he's an ultra conservative. He's a radical conservative.
So a conservative says that they like to grab women by the kitty cat. Does that sound?
That's what you got.
Conservatives say?
That's misogyny, and that is
What about running?
Wait a minute. That's a chauvinistic way to see women, but that's Trump. I mean, Trump's 84. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that's the way he came up, and that's how he looks at women.
But is that a true conservative? That's the question. That's not what a conservative say. He doesn't. That's something a liberal would say. I like to grab women by the kitty cat. You know, that's something a liberal man should say.
I agree with you, but he ain't great. No, but Trump's not very much a liberal, though. I'm saying I got you.
No,
I got what you're saying as far as him running for office. But I'm saying if you go by what he's doing as president, he's not.
He's running a con.
Not doing it from a liberal standpoint.
He's running a con. I mean, talk about. Let's look at another thing. Is running a casino? Does that sound like a conservative business? You know, I could have swore
brother.
You know, you shouldn't gamble,
brother.
Hey, I'm just keeping it.
I said running as a president, the way he's doing things, his executive orders, that's straight out of Rush Limbaugh. I mean, he's doing conservative things as president. But you're
Not
right.
Really.
You're right. If you want to talk about the things he's done, as far as before he got there, he actually was a Democrat back then.
Yeah.
So he changed.
No, he didn't change. The only thing was that he just went from D to R. That's all he did. He just changed his party affiliation.
Well, he won. How about that? He won, which means he can do it. And if you won, you could do the same thing he's doing. If you were the president, you get the Secret Service. You could make all those decisions, executive orders. You could do the same thing he's doing.
Okay, but
just like they told him it's time to go, and he tried to do the Jan 6, but they told him he had to go. He was no longer president.
Okay, so Platinum, let's say I did run and I by some miracle won. Okay, but I'm doing all these things that just don't sound like conservative or family value oriented or anything religious, something that you would typically tie to a conservative. Would you call me a conservative?
What you say?
I was saying, let's say I basically ran for president and by some miracle I won and I'm pulling what Donald Trump's pulling, you know, President Trump is pulling. You know, would you label me a conservative?
If you run under a conservative banner, I would accept that you're a conservative.
No, at that point,
if the
I'm just
voters
running
don't care,
under a
if the
banner.
voters don't care like they did with Trump, and you say you're a conservative, and they say he's a conservative, you're a conservative.
I'm having an affairs on my wife. I'm cheating on Melania while she's pregnant with another woman, with a Playboy,
it's up
with
to
a
the voters.
Playboy bunny.
But it's up
With
to
a
the
Playboy.
voters.
No, but
you're ignoring the voters. The voters make that decision. They elect who's the president.
I understand that, but at the same, the voter doesn't determine whether I'm really conservative or not. Hell, the average American voter, you tell them the name of the first 5 presidents, they couldn't do it.
But they don't have to do that. All they got to do is go pick the person. They don't even have to do that. All they got to do is go with the right ID. Once they get inside the voting booth, just stick your card in there. You could put your granddaddy's name on there. You can do anything. Once you get in there, it says sign in. Put your granddaddy name. You can vote for who you want to vote for. And then when you're done, turn the card over and leave.
Matter of fact, you remember that? Who was that guy? Truck or something like that? He was on your show. Talking about he is a finance guru. Talking about he was leasing the Cadillac or something like that. You remember that guy? Did you really believe that man was a financial genius or a guru?
Oh, no. Well, I don't believe any of that, but
there you go.
I think he's a liberal, though. I mean, because I don't know. I think he's a conservative, but he doesn't like Trump.
He did. I didn't know that. I just brought him up.
He don't like Trump, but I think he's a conservative.
Well, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of conservatives that don't like Trump because there's some of the things, some of the campaign promises that he made that he hasn't fulfilled. Like, he fought tooth and nail releasing the Epstein files. He fought that tooth and nail, even though he promised to do that.
Well, the way that goes is Trump has the Republican Party afraid. He made a example out of Liz Cheney, and he has them in fear, so they're not going against him. The way all of that works is if you lose support of the American people, then as a politician, you can't do much. But Trump still has power because none of the Republicans will vote against him. So they won't even sanction him as far as censor him when he says things, which they do. They used to do all the time. They used to do it to black politicians all the time. A black politician say something that's a little bit interesting, they censor them. They have everybody get together and they put it in record. They haven't done that for Trump, no matter what he's done, even with the Obama, none of the stuff he's done. They haven't done any of that.
Yeah, I mean, and look what the Trump said, I'm going to end immigration, but he threw an asterisk in there, still allowing Indians on H-1B visas to take American jobs.
Well, yeah, because he never planned on doing it, and like he said, Americans can't do it. And he slipped up in front of Laura Ingraham and said it. So he said they can't do it. They haven't been trained to do it. They could do it if we train them to do it. If we prepare them to do that type of work, they can do it, but they haven't been trained. And he said that. So
yeah. But I mean, that just goes to my point. Like, it's not just the black conservatives. I mean, hell, again, white conservatives, and now you start to see them getting pissed off with this whole Iran war thing. They're getting real pissed off now.
We'll see.
I think we're already seeing it in a way. I don't know if you've been following like these small special elections and off-cycle elections, but Republicans have been getting trounced.
We'll see.
Democrats have been winning in traditionally red districts, which is weird. Very weird. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
very curious what 2026 has in store.
It says,
You know, the
says right
20.
here, I'm not an Indian, but the average Indians are smarter than the average American. So
I can't say if they're smarter or not, but I can say this: they work. They I believe that Indians work harder. They have a much better work ethic. But I think
well,
because the
and you know,
American,
it's and especially someone who's from India
yeah,
coming to America, they see poverty, they
hmm,
see mistakes. They don't have to make the mistake at
yeah,
a young age, 6, 7, 8, 9. They see what's going on. They see the toilets. They see the untouchables. They
hmm,
see they smell the filth. They see the trains where all those people riding the trains. They see that. So America is an opportunity for them to come, and they're gonna do everything they can to be successful. And you could say that maybe spoiled or whatever. You know, you could make that case or whatever. But Americans, you know, like I said, they want to hop on their motorcycles. They
hmm,
want to run. They want to run behind the women. They want to smoke
yeah,
dope. They want to smoke dope. So you're right. You're not going to be able to do these things because you haven't been trained to do these things.
hmm, yeah. I mean, well, that's what happens in the army. We used to call it complacency. You it wasn't. And we had a saying: complacency kills. It wasn't the enemy. You didn't. The enemy. It was your
Yeah, don't say the
complacency.
K word though. I
Okay, I
got you.
apologize.
Complacency. We get it. And okay, go ahead.
Yeah, complacency unalives, basically. Okay, um, is because when you get caught slipping, and the average American, like when after World War II, man, that was the beginning of American exceptionalism, man. What happens? You start to grow fat. You know, I mean, look what happened. We got fatter as a people. Obesity didn't
Yeah.
start to become an issue
McDonald's,
until.
fast food. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah,
No, that I got a family member that likes the Soul Train videos, right? You they're on YouTube, right?
mhm,
Download them or whatever, you know, watch them. And one thing that I've noticed about looking at, I don't look at the whole thing, I look at some of them. There are no fat people on those videos.
mm-mm, nope.
Now you can look, especially when you start talking about the 70s, there's
Mhm,
zero. In the
mhm,
19 zero. No fat
yeah.
people on there. None of those dancers were fat. None of them had
Mm-mm.
weight problems. None of them.
Well, you forgot the weather girls.
No, no, no. On the dancers.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know that the weather girls went there. Now I don't, or the staple singers. And I'm not saying. I mean, I'm saying that they're not in that crowd dancing.
Mhm,
Those people. So when you look at that, or the line, when you look at the Soul Train line, the amazing
mhm,
thing is when you look at these old historical entertainment vehicles. Within those entertainment vehicles, you see that the fast food and all the McDonald's. So we talking about the 70s, the
mhm,
Wendy's, all of those things that's done the damage they've done to us.
mhm,
They didn't live like that. They were still eating at home. They were still living the normal way. And they weren't
mhm,
all overweight and bloated and their clothes fit. And yeah, and if you do a Soul Train right now, what are the odds you could find that many people that young in that type of shape? And and they're talented.
mhm,
Probably run into a problem, man.
mhm. Yeah.
And some people even get into the Negro. You know,
How so?
there's a thing called the lionfish. I don't know where it's from,
Mhm,
but I know it's like all. There's a guy got a couple of YouTube channels popped on my feed, and the guy's out there with a spear and he's hunting these lionfish, and they don't run because they got spines or where they got thorns that pop up, and he's got a long spear, so he just doom 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 doom. He goes back, sells them. And he said that it's okay to do it because they are invasive species. They shouldn't even be here. I don't know how they got here, but they don't have any predators because of where they're now. Where
yeah.
they're from, they have predators, but there they don't, and then they breed, and then they destroy the coral. So he knocks them down. Now, this is my thing. People have made this there's a conversation. There's a conversation that the black man being brought here from Africa, placed in America, this is not his he shouldn't be here. Now, I know I'm not saying this from the racial standpoint, the bigots and say that, but no, I'm saying it
I
from
know
the
what you mean.
standpoint of the country we live in, and the laws and the rules and stuff. And when you say obesity, we're people just like the American Indian. We do a lot of running. It's just in our nature. It's the way we're born. We're a free people. We like running and exercise and energy and stuff. And then when you take people like that, and then you put them in a room, or you put them in a house, you put them in the projects, and they eat that salty bad food, they're gonna blow up. They're gonna blow up humongous, because their genetics are about exercise. Their genetics are about expelling energy, and then you're not. That's what the American Indian complained about. He said, reservations is the worst thing for us. You know, they was talking about we're gonna put you on a reservation, that way you'll be safe, and we're gonna bring you the food, and we're gonna tell. He said, no, we're Indians. The chiefs, they said, no way. He said, impossible. No way. Yeah. The way we are as Indians, we hunt the buffalo. This is a part of our lifestyle. We have a rite of passage at a certain age. The men all go out and they have to come back with something. They have to come back with what we tell them. And these are the way we have been trained. I mean, this is how we want to raise our people. And he said, no, they put them in the reservations. And you can make a case, and we know they got the casinos. You can make a case that destroyed the American Indian. When you take his lifestyle, it pretty much ends him. And the black man, his lifestyle, his natural way of living was removed. Now he's in America, and you're talking about all these problems we're having. Well, why don't people examine that? Now, I'm not saying it from the standpoint of the bigots and the racists who just don't like black people. I'm talking about living here. Perhaps exercise is a major part of you, not the other man. You got to do it, because you're going to struggle with obesity if you don't. And you got to be careful eating this types of food. So that's what I'm saying. And some people out there do teach their kids, and they practice what they preach. They're 50 years old. You think they were 25. They don't drink. They don't do nothing, but they eat the right foods, and they understand, okay, I'm a black man in America. You know, I have to be careful on what I do and how I live. That's what some people say.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. Hell, I'll do one even better. You remember the Kool-Aid man used to bust through your door? Or actually, it was the wall. Boom. Oh yeah. Kool-Aid. I mean, that really destroyed us. I mean, diabetes. Jesus.
You think it's because of the Kool-Aid?
Oh yeah, high fructose corn syrup. Yeah.
Now, growing up, man, they used to have that little Kool-Aid. I didn't. My family, we didn't really do the Kool-Aid thing, but other people
we didn't either.
Yeah, other people did, and you see them cups, and you look at the bottom of the cup, it'd be like a half an inch of sugar.
Yes, it's like a creamy white looking. Yes, I remember that. And my family, because my dad, I didn't get exposed to Kool-Aid until his second wife. When he remarried, she exposed me to Kool-Aid. Because my mom, she hates Kool-Aid, but she left. Anyway, long story short, that's how I got exposed to Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it tasted good, but man, that was, I look back at it now, man, and I just be remembering. Oh, and then the Crisco, because she used to cook with Crisco. I don't know if you remember the can of lard.
You're talking about the lard, yeah.
Yeah.
No. lard, a little square lard, for depends on, especially if you frying up some chops.
Oh my gosh, she made the best fried pork chops, boy.
Yeah, you need that lard.
Ooh, I used to suck on the bone, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was that damn good.
And then that's actually, you have to know how to do those. If you don't know how to cook chops, they're going to be too hard.
Mm-hmm.
People
No,
have to
she
know
did it right.
Yeah, they have to be salt. They have to be cooked,
Mm-hmm.
but they have to be soft too, though. I'm saying they're not. Anytime somebody gives you a chop and that thing's like a board, they overcooked it, and they don't know how to cook chops.
They probably cooked it too fast, more than likely. But my father's second wife, boy, that woman, she was a damn good cook. If it's one thing, because I really didn't particularly care for her very much, but if it's one thing, I give her credit. That woman, boy, she knew how to cook.
Yeah, we getting into an age where those women don't exist no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might, if you're lucky, your woman or whatever, if you're lucky and she's willing to let you send her to school to learn how to cook, if you're lucky to do that. But yeah, we're getting to the age where the women don't cook like that. And they certainly don't cook with that type of with that power or that magical, power to the food where it's only her cooking. You're like, you get so used to her cooking, you don't even want to eat because she didn't cook it. You know what I'm saying? You said, well, you don't want anybody else's cooking. That's what I'm saying. I think we might have left that era right now. We might be in a whole new generation.
Yeah. Yeah. We are, man. I mean, feminism, I mean, I think it speaks for itself right now. That the internet, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of men feeling, hey, man, left behind, this and that and the third, and the rise of red pill content, black pill content, whatever
You think this
content.
war? You think this war is going to affect the dating situation in America?
Oh yeah,
you think a lot of these women gonna think twice about their attitude and the way they look at men, the disrespect they have? There's a woman in there talking about you should cook it for her. That's what I'm saying. You think that this war is gonna make a lot of them rethink these extreme positions that they have when it comes to men?
Let me put it to you like this. When 2008 happened, I got out of the Army in 09, right? And I became a government contractor, started making the big money. As you know, Platinum, I'm not really good with women. Never have. I just don't have the gift, But when I say Platinum, I was knocking them down back in 09 to shit, all the way up 2016. I was knocking them down left and right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not a pookie, but basically I was doing some pookie stuff.
Okay, those were the days, brother. But you got to be careful of that, Darnell. You got to be careful of that. No, you got to be careful because you don't want to be, and when you 75 or 80, you want to live in the past, but you're too young to be living in the past, brother. It's about your future, not your past.
Well, I mean, as far as who says there's much of a future left for me anyway.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We never want to get to that point where we're talking the way that you're talking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is that, I was just answering your question with, a life experience, but basically anytime that you have these types of economic events and things of that nature, yes, women are going to lower their standards. They're going to hook up with the first dude, you know what I'm saying? Any dude that could pay put food on the table, that can pay the rent.
Okay.
All
right.
Man, they go do that. Note. They go do that anyway, no matter what type of time we in. They've always been like that.
No, you're right. But the thing is, there's going to be less and less dudes that can do that.
They don't need dudes to do that. That's why they have babies with dudes that can't do that. It's outside. They outside now. All these kids running around in Chicago, cutting up downtown. They outside now. The ones that the daddies didn't show up, that was broke anyway, but the mom still had the baby. But the dude that they're getting rid of, they out here, they'll get rid of the kid for the dude that got enough money to pay for the AB, and they play him and they keep the money. Yeah, those are real stories online. It really happens. They still doing that, bro.
Trust me, I know. I know.
So I wanted to say something. I'm glad you said that, right? Because it seems like, based on a conversation, and what's up with you, Platt? It seemed like within the conversation, man, it's like between the ages of 18 and 24, people are liberals, right? But after you get to a certain point, you want to start making more money, then you become something else, which it may be a conservative, right?
Well,
but at the same time,
life. That's just life.
I mean, I guess at the same time, as you get a little bit older, right, you become that hypocrite to your kid that you don't want them to be doing certain things that you used to do, right? So people have the right to change, bro. Then when you start talking about politics, well, we already know what that is. I mean, I be telling. Go ahead.
Those pictured, those are, with the exception of Stacey Dash, those people are liberals.
I mean, Stacey Dash was outside too at one point. She's a conservative now.
No, she's a conservative. What I'm saying is, the one who lives a conservative life. Look, I didn't say that you couldn't, make a mistake or whatever. No, she does live a conservative life.
Now she does.
No, she don't. She does OnlyFans.
Yeah, she still got an OnlyFans.
Hold on. Stacey Dash has an active OnlyFans?
Yes, she do. I forgot about that.
I didn't know that. Let me see. It's active?
Yes, sir.
That is not conservative. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not. I agree with you on that. Hold on.
I was trying to
Somebody wants to see.
I remember it sure was.
Who wants to see Stacey Dash?
Man, listen. Man, that's Stacey Dash. Used to be a dime back in the day. Come on, man. They got men her age that want to see that.
Here it is. It said 2 months ago, she joined at 58. Okay.
58, bro.
58-year-old.
58. She outside. Shorty been outside.
Yeah.
Selling kitty cat.
I think she got like 3 baby daddies or something like that. She got like 5 kids.
Says she's there to support Damian Dash.
Hey, call whatever she wants.
Yeah.
I think that's Damon Dash is her cousin. I think they're cousins.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, but everything.
None of them posted are conservatives.
No.
I mean, this is the emotional play.
Well, you can't go from, like, let's take Amber Heard. I mean, not Amber Heard. I meant Amber Rose. You can't go from slut walk to Donald Trump supporter. That just does not make sense. As the other gentleman on the panel said, yes, as you get older, it's true, you become more conservative. I used to be an extreme liberal. I used to be what was called back in the day, they had a term for it called Bush basher. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Never heard of that.
You never heard of a Bush basher?
Yeah, hold up. Amber Rose is more liberal than Cher. And we know Cher, Cher's a liberal. She's more liberal than Cher right now. I'm saying, if you was to put them pound for pound, now I know she's claiming to be a conservative, but if you look at them pound for pound, she's way more liberal than Cher. Cher would never do the things that Amber Rose is doing.
Yeah, but Cher's probably.
Amber Rose is claiming that she's some type of a conservative, and that's just insane. That's insane for her to say that. And she's
a grifter.
Yeah, Cher, and Cher is all hear me woman, hear me war. She's feminist and all that Cher, but she ain't as extreme as Amber. That's what I'm saying. Amber is an extreme liberal, but she hides it by claiming to be a conservative.
But Cher also came up at a different time. We don't know what she was outside doing. She was screaming one thing but moving another way. And I don't know if y'all really looking at the photos that's up there. Man, everybody up there got talent. She was a stripper. We don't know Amber Rose from doing anything.
Oh, we know.
She
implied.
We know about. Well, hold on,
amongst people with actual talent.
She dated
Hold up.
Kanye West.
Okay, that's it. That's her claim to fame. There you go. She slept with rappers.
Hello.
And now she's trying to influence the vote. So what does that tell you? And like I said, they need to find. Look, I don't have any problem if the Conservative Party wants to influence Black people to join. They need to think twice of the people they're making the face of that movement. These people are liberals. These are not conservatives. But hold up, we got a new guy up here. Hold up. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, what's going on? How y'all doing?
What's up?
All right.
That's what's up. Yeah, I just wanted to join, man. No, go ahead.
The floor is yours. Go ahead.
No, I just was just scrolling and I saw y'all talking about, like, should Black people be conservative? I feel like they should, you know.
Well, those Black people aren't conservative.
Which Black people are you talking about?
Mike Tyson's not a conservative.
I mean, he might not be. I don't know that.
Amber Rose is not a conservative. Neither is we found out Stacey Dash. We found out Nicki Minaj, and Tiger Woods just turned over another one of his trucks. He's not living like a conservative. Nick Cannon, he's not a conservative. All those kids. Now we know about Snoop. Okay, isn't that something you can say? The most conservative guy out of the group is Snoop Dogg.
Oh God. If we're at that, then
Snoop
the
used to
Republican
do.
Party is dead.
Snoop used to do P back in the day, promoting it heavily.
Yeah, he did. Snoop Dogg, he did the Girls Gone Wild.
Yep.
I remember them videos.
I know he was cheating on his wife the way he was talking. You couldn't tell me no different.
Man, I mean, he said it in his damn songs.
But I'm saying,
I mean, come on.
No, the people that we're talking about are actively doing things. He's not. I don't know I don't think he's actively doing anything. I don't think he is.
But well, he quit smoking weed.
Raising his you're right. That is an issue. That goes against being a right. You can't be a conservative and you have an addiction.
He stopped smoking weed on camera.
No, is that what it is?
Okay. We first of
we
all,
gotta
talking about specific
they need a new group of people, man, because these people aren't working. They're not you can't sell. First of all, the whole thing about it is you're selling your ideology because you want the people to live it. You want those people to instill that in their children. That's why you're selling that ideology. That's why you're supporting conservative candidates. That's why it used to be a thing called conservative Democrat, but that's a whole different thing. But what I'm saying is that's why you support conservative policies, conservative candidates. But when you look at the Nikki and these people they're liberals. They're just telling you, or they're choosing to vote for Republicans, which it just doesn't make sense when you put it that way. Now, if they say, hey, I'm gonna modify my lifestyle so that it fits within a conservative box, and I think they should. I think that's how you sell that ideology.
Okay, but Platinum, you remember when I was saying, right? I used to be an extreme liberal, right? I mean, I've transitioned. Okay, it's not something that just one day, happens overnight. It's something that just happens over the course of time. Okay, slowly but surely, certain things don't make sense. In my case, I'll be honest with you. What did it for me was when I went from making I made like $24,000 a year, which is peanuts, to making $165,000, and all of a sudden I'm paying all these damn taxes. I was paying 1/3 of my income in taxes. So 1/3 of 165. You guys do the math on that. But I'm paying like almost $50,000 in taxes. I'm like, holy shit, So I went from paying nothing in taxes to all of a sudden paying that. Next thing you know, I'm trying to be like President Trump. What he was doing.
I got you.
Sound like you need a CPA, big dog.
I got a CPA. He helped me out tremendously. I lowered my tax. I lowered my tax bill down to nothing.
I got you. But at the end of the day,
I already know how that.
the black community, at the end of the day, and they're going to get some people. They're going to get these people. They're going to get some people. I don't know if the community that they represent, well, maybe a Tiger Woods. There's a couple of lawyers. There's a couple of professional dudes who still got faith in Tiger Woods. I hope Tiger Woods gets the help he needs. Forget all of this. Let him off. No, you need some help, brother. You done flipped over 2 trucks. This is another truck. You flipping these things over. It's just a matter of time, man. You got to get off that stuff, man. That stuff's got you messed up. Yeah, he needs an interdiction, man, because we can't. I mean, and then you're a liberal, bruh. You need to be at the Democratic National Convention. You're a liberal. You're not a conservative. Conservatives don't lose control of their vehicles and become hopelessly addicted to drugs. That's liberals.
Like I said earlier, Jim Bakker, he was doing drugs. He was he cheated on his wife with a man, and he, you know, and he had
but on
show
average,
on conservative TV.
On average, conservatives don't live like that. I got you. You're gonna always have you're gonna always have, you know, an outlier. On average, they don't live like that. I don't know what conservatives. You're talking about conservatives in a sense throughout your life. I don't know which ones you've watched or you know about. I know plenty of conservatives who practice what they preach. They live the way they live. That's how they don't hold them. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do those things. They don't stuff that you would associate with being a liberal. They don't want to do that.
Okay, what about
they don't?
What about Robert Tilton? What about Robert Tilton? He was another one. Grifter.
I don't know these clowns you keep naming, bro. I don't know why you naming these guys.
You're running a show.
No. Majority of them. The majority
of them
are
not their names.
The majority of them are not like that. I don't know these clowns you keep bringing up. Robert Tilton. No, I don't know that. First of all, let me explain something to you. Hold up. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you, right? You got to be careful with it, because you're talking to me. I have a life. I would never care about some random ass Republican dude from 1984. Why would I know him? I don't know who these people are. And I'm telling you, on average, Republicans are not like that. Now, you can disagree all you want to. And that's fine. You can disagree. Republicans on average are not. Cher's a liberal. Cher is a white woman, a liberal. She got in trouble, lost advertising when she let the Jacksons on her show in the 70s. Cher's 79 years old. She's a liberal. She's feminist. She's a big-time liberal. But she is more conservative than Amber Rose. That's my point. It's like they can be what they want to be. You're bringing up these guys. I don't know who these guys are, man. She's more conservative than Amber Rose. Amber Rose is running around saying that the Democrats are this and she's against the Democrats. And she's a liberal. She's the liberal.
Platinum, you're running a show talking about conservatives. And I find it strange that I'm mentioning people that are supposed to be really conservatives and all this other stuff. And you don't know any of their names.
I don't know that washed up preacher you brought up. And I don't watch Jim. And why would I watch Jim and Tammy Baker? Those some people on. That's a faith. That's a
because
they call it the club. They was the what you call club or something like that.
I think they started the Breakfast Club or something like.
No, they was something club.
Did they start the Breakfast Club?
No.
Yeah, it was the Breakfast Club. Not.
Hold up. No. That's what they call themselves.
No, 7. It was the 700.
700. I don't. Why would I? That's the type of stuff that my mom or my grandma would look at. Why would I look at something like that? So yeah, I know who they are, but I don't keep up with them.
Because they started the conservative movement.
They're not conservatives, though.
You're having a show.
Those are religious fanatics. I don't know what they're into.
I think you're moving the goalposts here.
No, I'm not.
I mean, they started the conservative movement.
I'm going to move it back to my topic. That's where I'm going to move the goalpost.
Yes, sir. It's your show.
Okay. Yeah, I know. You want to come up. I don't know why you want to come up here and argue with me. You're wasting your time. I don't know who this Robert guy is. And those guys, what's the guy, Jim Baker? He got caught up in some stuff.
Yes.
Okay, that don't change nothing. I mean, he was a traitor to his faith. Okay,
They
he
built
practiced
the conservative
that's my
movement.
whole point. They don't practice this whole thing, even though it's not a religion. You're still supposed to practice the tenets of it. And all of that stuff, when you don't want to be a conservative or you don't like the way conservatives are, whether you like it or not, it pushes you into the liberal category. They even push conservative. Mike Pence is a liberal, according to them. I don't know how, but they say he's a liberal. So what I'm saying is
that's because of some bullshit.
It pushes you into the liberal category. So a wonderful analogy is Cher, who her ex-baby daddy is living with, about to get married to. Cher, a woman that's almost 80, is a liberal, extreme liberal, feminist. But if you look at them and honestly make a fair review, Amber is way more liberal than she is. I don't care about her cloaking herself in conservatism.
I agree with that. I mean,
she does not practice that. You know what? And if she would have practiced it, maybe that guy that Cher is about to marry, maybe he would have been marrying her. She tried to take him to strip clubs. She tried to, she introduced him to all her friends. All her friends smashed him. And he said,
don't know anything about all
I'm
that.
there for my kid. Publicly, he said, I'm there for my kid. But he said, there's no way I could just be with her. I'm sorry. He said, it might sound crazy. I've told her I'm just not a one-woman man. But now he's a one-woman man with Cher. You see what I'm saying? And Cher's not even, Cher's a liberal.
Well, I don't know anything about all that, but I do know this, is that you can't go from slut walk to conservative. It's just impossible. It's like a person that you right now you got people that talk about, oh yeah, I went to therapy, I'm magically cured. They've been in therapy for like, they might have went to 1 or 2 meetings, or whatever have you, or saw a therapist once or twice, and all of a sudden they're magically cured. Okay, I've been in therapy for 20 fucking years, man. 20 years.
We gotta watch our mouth, brother.
I apologize, but I've been in therapy for 20 years and I'm still not cured. So
I have no. I mean, we hope the best for you, bro. We hope that it's helping you and you find what you're looking for.
My point is that, again, you can't go from an extreme change. So a lot of times when these people are going through these extreme changes, they're probably lying. They're probably lying. They're probably
hold up. But Donnell, hold up. We got to be careful. Let's be for real. There are some people out there, just like with Christianity. There are people out there who are Christians. No, they are. They're not playing. They're not just saying it. No, they live that life and they are Christians. So when you say conservatives, there's people out there conservatives.
Well,
if you walk up to them talking about some, hey man, you want to? They say, nah, man. Hey man, you want to go hang out? I'm going to the strip club. I don't go to strip clubs. Hey man, why don't you and your family come over to my house? And they'll say, okay, for what? Yeah, let's have a pool party, man. I got a couple of other chicks. They're gonna tell you, no, I don't. We don't live like that. We don't live the way you live.
Platinum, you ever seen the documentary American Pimp?
Yeah, I seen it.
Those were people that were pimping and then go to become preachers. Then they go back to pimping. Then they go back to preaching. Basically, whatever made them the most money is what they did.
I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that.
Watch the documentary.
No, it's not. It's not something. It's not something. My pastor. I wouldn't want my pastor to have that type of history. I would just get another church. But I disagree. Some people hear the word. Some people are moved by the word, and they may stop and they may go in for 4 or 5 years and become a pastor, and then they want to go back to that old lifestyle. Okay, that's between them and God. But and it's not even about them. It's about Faith
How do you go?
It's about you. It's got no. You ain't supposed to care. That's a shepherd. You don't care what the shepherd do. That's got nothing to do with.
No, I have to disagree.
That's the messenger. That's the messenger. Don't the
He's
messenger.
also-
The messenger is replaceable. You go to another church, man. If my pastor is not living his life,
I wasn't talking
according
about
to the word, I'll go to another church. That's how. No, I'm saying I'm not there. I'm not his father. I'm not trying to correct him. I'll just simply leave and go to another church.
I wasn't talking about my personal experience. I was just mentioning the documentary American Pimp, where it's kind of the same thing. Where these guys, they're really not servants of God.
I don't know why you're mixing apples and oranges. Those guys
I'm not mixing apples and oranges. It's the same thing, and it has to deal with your
no,
topic.
It's not because growing up around that. Hold up, growing up around that.
I grew up around it too.
If they get touched by the word, and they become pastors, I don't question that. That's their faith.
Tell me something.
That's their calling now. To the people who want to listen to them and get moved by them, that's, the Lord works in mysterious ways. He's going to send a whole bunch of servants. He's going to have a whole bunch of shepherds. Everybody's not going to listen to the same person. The people that he's ministering to, those people, the guy with the Rolls Royce and on the ivory tower, they don't want to listen to him, but they want to listen to this pastor. He used to be in the streets. He used to be a pimp. They want to hear it from him. That's how it's supposed to go like that.
Platinum. What was a pimp's favorite car back in the 70s?
Brother.
Just answer the question.
We're finna go forward. Now, go ahead, Tabor.
Simple.
Go ahead, Tabor.
You always do shit.
Man, this is wild, man. Like, to be honest with you, like, watching. I don't know if y'all heard me earlier because my phone was messing up. But I was like, everybody that was within the picture had a talent, but Amber Rose. Right? She's the only person up there that got on how she got on, and we all know she was a stripper, and now she got a voice. And in reality, if y'all look at it, it ain't too many. It ain't too many chicks that's white that's like her, that's out and got motion like she does. Even to this day, we don't know her for anything else. I just really don't understand.
You been on her page? I never been on her OnlyFans.
No.
Oh.
If I can see the Reddit leak, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's probably on Reddit. You're right, yeah, because she's so big. Yeah, if you just pull up on Reddit, they probably have all that stuff just lay into your.
Yeah, Square, but I don't even really understand how people be voting, because me personally, Pat, like I told you, I don't vote. Right? I won't allow nobody to play in my face. Right? I don't get nothing from it. Right? They have people. You'll lose a friendship over who you vote for. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me, especially when we got a 10, 20-year friendship and we arguing about a policy that in hindsight ain't really going to change our life.
Yeah, hold on for a minute. Hold on. Amber Rose getting paid. Ray Swab says Amber Rose getting paid. All she cares about. Is that conservative? Would you associate that attitude? All I care about is getting paid. Would you associate that with a conservative mindset?
I gotta be honest with you. I can say no, right? But at this point, man, they going back and changing words in the dictionary.
Okay, look, brother. At the end of the day, I wouldn't associate that type of thinking with a conservative mind. All I care about is getting paid.
But they've been doing it for 20, 30 years, Platinum. I mean, you act like this is brand new. It's not.
What are you talking about? What's brand new?
You're acting like because I'm assuming because black people are starting to get into the conservative, so-called becoming conservatives now. That like fake conservatives is a brand new term, and
you shouldn't be fake anything. And
I've been dropping gems on. Okay, well, let's go back in time, and I've been bringing up real names, real cases, real life events. This has been going on since the 80s.
It hasn't been going on like this because we just getting into the age of the social media. No, it hadn't been going on like this. And as far as this, it's not. And the whole media it's always going to be. Look, brother, they just arrested some guy, some senator or something on Capitol Hill. There are always going to be people out there that make up mistakes. and do stuff like that. But, and I don't agree. You guys see, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a thing against the Republican Party. I've met real Republicans, real conservatives, but that's why I know the ones who are not. Now that's fine. You're doing it because you want to get some money, somebody paying you under the table, so you're a conservative. But I'm saying, people look at you, they say, damn, man, you sure do live like a liberal to be so conservative. You sure do live like a liberal. Amber Rose lives exactly like a liberal. And I'm not even talking about the slut walk stuff. I'm talking about Amber Rose, the social media, the things she's doing, where she goes.
She used to be a stripper.
Amber's not going to ultra conservative meetings and stuff. They're not taking and come and meet Amber Rose. Amber Rose is still doing bottle stuff, you know, what parties, what they call it, hosting parties.
Yeah, that's all she can do. She ain't got no talent. Shorty ain't got. I'm telling you, she used to be a stripper when Ye bought her out and Ye put her on. Ye made her.
That's true.
Ye made her who she is. That's why I was telling you about the Ray J situation, right? All these black dudes put chicks on and they get out here and get money, and then people be surprised. Man, black people is like old money black folk are conservatives. New money black folks, man, they liberals, bro. Until they get a check and they start caping for whoever, because they getting paid, man. They get because Nick could have dropped
all
a
of
whole
them got
bunch
money
of
though. They all have money.
It don't mean that they ain't getting more money.
They're not doing that. We look. Let me hold up, Tabor. Let's assume they're not criminals, okay? Because we look at the world and every time something we don't like or we disagree, we assume it's some type of nefarious, negotiation or something. That's not good, man. So no, I'm not gonna go there. I don't believe. I mean, I think personally, I do think they're getting money. But I mean, how could you pay Tiger Woods? I mean, what could you give Tiger Woods? $5,000? The man's rich.
I mean,
what is Tiger Woods worth? About $800, $900 million?
But favors go a long way. I'm just being realistic in the world we in.
And why is he driving his own? Why is he driving his own car? See, when people when you be on that stuff, you got to drive your own car because you don't want people to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, because too many people talk. You get security be outside talking. You done pay them all this money. They sign NDAs.
They'll be quiet, but they'll be quiet. You pay him. If he got the money to pay him, believe me, he give him hush money. They ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, they gonna say
something.
He
said Tiger Woods is worth $2.5 billion. Why doesn't he have a driver?
Easily, because ain't no way I'll be outside. And that's
I'm just saying, why that shows you he don't know what he's doing. No, what I mean is he's got this addiction, but he doesn't know what he's doing with it. And it's gonna he's gonna lose his life if he don't get no help. Bro.
He's always had a sex addiction.
Well, I'm talking about the flipping over the trucks.
Well, the first time I think he was trying to get away from his wife who was beating his ass at the time. I mean,
no, this one happened after the divorce.
I know this
a Buick or something. He turned it over a bunch of times.
Yeah, this is a new one. I got that part. I don't
know this one. There was one before where he turned it and he wound up in the hospital because he had to get his legs or his hip put back together.
Yeah, that was his wife was beating his ass because she
that's
found out
the
he was
first one.
cheating.
That's when he first got caught cheating, and she beat him with a golf club. She hit him in the mouth. That wasn't the one.
And he was trying to get away. That's how he flipped the
car. No, you're right. No, he wrecked this Escalade. You're right. He did. You're right. He wrecked this Escalade, but that's not the one I'm talking about. Later on, he would wreck a Buick, one of those cars that he promotes.
Yeah, he just did it. He just did it recently. He got arrested for DUI.
Yeah, not this time today, but before that, there's another time that he got himself in trouble, and he lived, but for a minute he was touch and go, and they got him together, and now he done turned this thing over, this new truck. And how many trucks have you guys turned over? I'm just saying, in your life, how many times have you turned your truck over?
Zero.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's out here on his third accident, third truck. And you know what? When people are on that stuff, they don't want nobody to know about it, so you can't get no driver.
Yeah, and there's that too, cause right, if the right driver, man, there's security guards. They talking about the Tupac, they talking about Diddy, they talking about Kales, man. You name it, especially if you black, man, they on TMZ. People selling stories, 10 grand here, 20 grand here, so you can pay them what you go pay them, but people just go talk. I don't understand why he ain't got
They
a
can
driver
get
either.
sued, and they can get sued too. So, and he got the money to do it.
Yeah, but they ain't got nothing to sue. You can't take nothing.
Tabor, he doesn't want it because he doesn't want people to know his business. But he, from a legal standpoint, he can shut up anybody. 2.5 billion, believe me, he get the Lord team. An average dude, or say a dude making about 100,000, he can shut that dude up like that. That dude
Yeah,
will lose it all.
I mean,
You ain't gonna put Tiger Woods' business out.
I mean, I can see that, man. I mean, I don't understand it either. It'll make sense to me to always have a driver, always have security when you got that type of bread. But when you going through something, man, you really like. For me personally, if I'm going through something, I don't want nobody to know. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'll figure it out. I'm gonna get through it. There's some men out here that's just like that, and he didn't already ain't nothing to share with anybody. It's just something you got to get through on your own.
I mean, there's a lot to be said there. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's not liquid. I don't know. You know, as far as his finances are, maybe he's just not liquid. You know, maybe that 2.5 billion he's worth might be tied up in something. So, you know, maybe he can't afford a driver and bodyguard, or maybe, you know, that his addiction, he doesn't want nobody to know. And the best way to keep
You
the
don't get to
secret.
see his kids. It's a lot. It's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, but the
I
thing
think
is,
all his kids are grown though.
but
Yeah,
the
he
thing
probably
is,
don't
the
have a
best,
relationship with him either.
but the
He
best way to,
does. He does, but I think they're grown. He does.
but the best way to keep a
they've been on
secret.
they've been on the golf course with him. They're around him. They showed his daughter. I mean, or be right there. His wife or whatever. I mean, not the ex-wife, but the daughter, the kid. They'll be there watching his games. They still come. He's just not. He's not the name guy in the event. He's almost. I don't know if he's become the field. I don't know. It's because normally it was Tiger Woods against the entire field. You know, who you think gonna win this golf match? Tiger Woods or anybody that's playing against him. I don't know if he's like that, or you know, I think it might be a little bit. Maybe he's a part of the field, but his kids are grown now. You know, and he's with Donald Trump's. What is that granddaughter? What is that? Is that his what one of his kids?
Grandkids?
Oh God, no.
No. Okay, you got Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump had a baby. I mean, a kid, and then that kid had a baby. He's with one of those people. I don't know.
No.
Who is
Don't
that?
tell me. He's dating.
Oh,
Wait a minute. You're saying he's dating one of Donald Trump's grandchildren?
grandkid.
No, he's dating. Is she a? I don't know. He's dating somebody associated with Trump. The grandkids of her. Donald Trump is the grandfather of her children. So if that one of his kids, maybe this is one of his kids that he's dating.
Man, ain't Tiger like 50? So
Yeah, she's
young.
up there too. Yeah, and they're not his kids. They're Trump's grandkids, and they got together. She already had kids, and Tiger is dating her.
Man, Tiger just stressed out, man. Everybody else out here really moving foolishly. Like they putting politics up. Like I ain't saying I'm trying to see Tiger go because he made golfing cool, but it ain't too many sports that black people enter into and don't make it cool. Michael Jordan just won the 3-peat in NASCAR. He out here winning, man. Boys out here winning, man. And you said something about black people being out of place or we shouldn't be here,
Jordan,
something like that. Like, man,
Jordan would be a great
Jordan?
if the conservatives could pull it off. Jordan would be an exceptional representative of conservatism if they could get him to do it.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Especially his
but I
sneaker
don't think
line,
he
the
playing
way
politics like that. Jordan never played in politics like that. I can't recall.
Actually, he does, man. He just does it behind the scenes. Like I found out,
As
Michael
he
Jordan.
should.
I don't disagree, but I was just saying he does things behind the scenes. Like I found out, Michael Jordan is actually one of the biggest supporters, of private prisons.
I don't think that's
Literally.
the same Jordan, bro. I don't think that's the same
Michael
Jordan.
Jordan,
Yeah, I don't
the
think
one
that's
that
the same Jordan, bro.
played for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same Jordan. They debunked
No,
that a few years
I'm
back.
telling you, bro. He has a lot of investments in the prison pipeline, in the private prison pipeline, and the fact that he got his shoes, which were notorious. People used to unalive other kids for a pair of his sneakers. So he did the whole prison, prison pipeline thing. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, but Michael Jordan, he's a
think that's
genius.
the same Jordan, bro.
It's the very same.
Bro, the
I
people
used to
have
live in
the exact
Detroit.
same
I
name.
used to live in Detroit when they used to unalive each other for a pair of his shoes.
Yeah, and they
Think
still
about
do
it.
it, bro. You're there though. I'm telling you,
You're
people be
borging
having
out.
the same last name.
Yes, but
I'm saying that's
but
either. Can you hear me?
but yeah, I can hear you now. But the same Michael Jordan that played for the Chicago Bulls. How many Michael Jordans that played for the Chicago Bulls?
Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Yes.
Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. People have the same last name. Nobody has proven that's the actual Michael Jordan who played basketball.
So you're talking the actor Michael B. Jordan, not Michael Jordan, the basketball player.
No, I'm just telling you how they got the same last name, and it may not be Jordan himself that you thinking.
No, it's been confirmed, man. It's been confirmed, brother.
I wouldn't be surprised by that. I mean, Jordan.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's a money move.
It's a big money move.
We not gonna be ignorant to the facts, but we gotta keep in mind, bro. Even if you say that, it don't matter because Jordan's name is gonna forever run supreme in basketball in the world.
Oh yes,
bro.
it is.
But I think, but hold up. I think black people should take a second look at Michael Jordan. If he's doing that, if he's investing in private prisons and he's running around with NASCAR, I think black people should take a second look at him and think about why are we making this man so rich? Look at how he looks at the black community.
What do you mean?
Well, he makes a quality sneaker.
I mean, no, he don't make anything.
Actually, he doesn't.
His game was quality. His top tier.
His name. His name's on the sneaker.
It will never be another Jordan. Nobody's shoes sell out like him. As a black American,
Michael Jordan endorses a shoe, and everybody knows it. That's worth about $10.
Yeah, but it's a quality. It's a quality shoe,
brother.
Yeah, see, that was a different.
He endorses a shoe that cost about $10 over in China. He's lied several times and said he was going to address it. They was talking about the human rights and how you comfortable. He keeps lying, talking about he's going to address it. He never brings it up.
He don't give a shit.
He's not a member of the board at Nike. So, if he's not a part of that board group, he can't influence anything. And he sits back and he put out a line called Team Jordan, and everybody knew it wasn't Air Jordan, and they didn't want it.
But they still bought him.
Who bought him? Who bought Team Jordan?
Team Jordan is still a thing, bro.
I ain't never seen nobody with anybody who got Team Jordan is immediately gonna be labeled broke.
And you can say that, but Team Jordan is still a thing.
Okay.
It's still a thing.
I don't know about that. I just
y'all-
know the Jordan sneaker line is a very quality sneaker line. That's all I know.
Well, the Air Jordan might be, but I'm just saying that Team Jordan stuff, and I wouldn't know how if the shoes are any good, but I know that you don't want to. You might as well go get you some Filas. If you
yeah,
can't
but you
get the
can't.
Air, don't get the Jordan.
You can't.
Well, I don't
You
have
more than
platinum
enough, bro.
money. I don't have platinum money, so I can't.
What for Air?
I guess I don't know. I'm like when I buy Jordans, I buy the old stuff. I don't buy the new overpriced $500 sneaker. I'm sorry, I'm not paying no $500 for no pair of shoes unless it's a really nice dress.
Hold on. Let's be clear. Wait a minute. Where are you from? Where are
Me,
you
I'm
from?
from originally I'm from Texas.
Okay, you from Texas, which is fine because Jordan just ain't your person. But bro, Jordan drop a shoe, boys gonna get them, bro. 500 or not, bro. They gonna
You're
get them.
breaking up really.
Gonna sell
I
out.
can barely hear you.
I said, bro, no matter what the price is, Jordan shoes are gonna sell out, bro. And it's fine. And you know what's crazy? Because here's the part. Here's the conversation,
black
bro.
folks are
What's
stupid.
crazy is that for the most that has nothing to do with being stupid, bro. They're inspired. There's a difference, bro. Because think about this, bro. You just said listen what I'm telling you, bro.
Sneakers?
You just said bro, they're not asking you to pay for their shoes, but again, inspiration. It's gonna be what it is. As Black Americans, bro, we have a selected few people that has really made it and got a product we stand behind. It doesn't matter. Jordan name is on it. We rock with it. You just said you'll pay $500 for some shoes of a person.
No, I did not say that. I don't
just said
spend no
$500 on dress shoes.
No, sir.
You said dress shoes.
No, sir. Dress shoes, that's different.
That's
dress
not
shoes
different,
is different.
It's
not,
shoes or
yes,
shoes, bro.
it's not a tennis shoe. It's not a tennis shoe.
Listen, bro, I got an argument for you. Listen, bro, let me tell you something. Shoes are gonna be shoes, bro. It ain't about who makes the shoe. It's about who wears the shoe. It's like the clothes don't make the man. The man make the clothes, right? So whatever shoe you pay $500 for, you're still buying a shoe from a man that you know nothing about, who had no talent. You never seen him on the court do anything inspirational for you, but you support that. You support that as a Black man. You'll wear a Gucci shirt, a Burberry. You'll wear Dior, all last names, right, of men that you've never seen inspire you. You just like the product, and you don't even know who these people are. But here's a Black man.
I like quality products, if that's what you're trying to get to.
That's not what I'm trying to get to. The point is this is a way Black Americans will support another Black American. It don't matter that it's shoes, bro.
But hold up, they're not supporting the Black American.
Why not? It's his
because
last name.
Those shoes are made in China.
Yeah, they're made in China, sold by Nike.
That's besides the point. That's besides the point,
that's the point. And they probably the same factory. You're talking about the $500 dress shoe. It's probably in the same factory.
That's not the same, fam. The reason why I'm saying that is because those shoes inspired generations of people. So much so, even the youngsters are outside buying those shoes, and they never seen this man play. Now, y'all, I get what
that's a different thing, because, like, okay, when I said about the, yeah, it is, sir, because, like, when I talk about a $500 dress shoe, for example, a lot of times they're handmade. The quality is going to be a lot different than
you can justify how you wear
shoe.
No, actually, Alexander McQueen, Louis, Gucci, they have a dress shoe line. I'm serious. Actually, they have this all is in European sizes. And you have to make sure you get the right size, but
yeah, they fit different.
They have some really, really nice designs.
Yeah.
I could if I had, I might venture over, No, they got some really. I'm talking about they have some really nice. But you won't hold up. What they don't do, and there's a few on there like that. For the Negroes, where they got the Louis V logo in the shoe, on the tip of the shoe. But a lot of them don't have. You wouldn't know what they are unless somebody told you. They look just like dress shoes.
But platinum, the thing is like, okay, let's take Jordans for example, since we're talking about Jordans. When I buy a pair of Jordans, right? Again, I'm not buying the $500 Jordans, the new stuff that came out. I'm always buying the old stuff. But the thing is,
The
they're still
retros.
quality. Yeah, they're still quality. They're cheaper, but they're still quality. They're more expensive. Like I could go to Walmart, right, and buy, you know, a pair of shoes that cost $50. But the thing is, those Walmart shoes only last me like 6 months. Then I need a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, I'm a
I'm
grown man. I
mad.
never.
You need to get
My
you some
feet
boots.
hurt.
I would never.
I'm wearing combat boots now.
That's what you should
I-
wear. Then you need,
I-
you
I've-
too
I've-
rough.
As a truck driver, when I first started driving, bro, I used to work in Jordans, bro, $200 shoes, right? Hey, listen, bro, the point that I'm making to you is like, this is a let's just say a support black thing. It don't matter who makes the shoe. We don't own no manufacturer.
It
right?
does matter
We
because
got-
you're
bro,
not
listen,
you're
let me
not
finish, bro.
supporting.
Let me finish.
I
Let me
apologize.
finish, bro.
I apologize
me
for
finish,
interrupting
bro.
you.
Just
Let
me
me
finish, bro.
apologize. Let me
Nah,
apologize.
you don't have to apologize.
Hold on a
Just let me
second.
finish
Yes, I
talking
do.
because you just got through
I'm
talking.
being rude. I'm being
Bro,
rude.
okay,
I
bro.
know.
Okay,
I know.
let me finish
I
talking,
know.
bro.
Hold on, brother. I'm gonna let you finish.
These niggas.
The only thing I just want to say is that it does matter, because when you talk about you supporting a black-owned business and it's not really black-owned, the black people ain't making the shoe. It's not a
It
black-owned
don't
company.
matter, bro.
It
It
does
don't
matter.
No, let me
How
ask
are
you
you
something.
supporting black people?
Okay. Let me ask you this, bro. Being that you talking about $500 dress shoes, give me the name of a black-owned company that you support when it comes to your casual attire.
Casual attire? Well, I'm not a real fitness guy. So I mean, that's the
You don't.
fitness. I
Fitness is
meant
not
to say,
casual. What are you talking about?
will you just relax, please?
I am
All
relaxed,
right.
bro.
You're not relaxed, but
Bro, how you gonna tell me who I am?
misspoke. I just misspoke. Okay, just relax.
I am relaxed. Stop telling me to relax, bro.
I'm not. Because you're not relaxed.
Bro, just get on with what you were saying, bro. I'm relaxed,
I'm
bro. Stop telling me
trying,
that.
but I'm trying. Here's the thing: is that I'm not a real big fashion guy. Okay, I buy stuff that's on sale.
That's
Sorry. Exactly.
Yeah,
Now,
you gotta get
unless
rid of
it's a
that.
suit.
That's not
Unless
good,
it's a
Darnell.
suit. I do
Darnell.
have custom made
Okay,
suits.
yeah, that's not good, Darnell.
That wouldn't
What?
even make sense.
What do you mean?
That's not good.
How do you say you buy something on sale, but you got custom made suits? That don't even make sense.
Because I like suits.
Okay, and that's fine, bro. The whole point is, so what's the name of the suit that you bought that was tailor made for you from a black person?
No, they were Turkish, actually. Turkish
Okay,
made.
that's my point, bro. So right now you'll support everybody else, but what little we do have in the black community, you're telling me how you wouldn't pay for it. Jordan name is still a
I
powerful
didn't say
name,
that.
bro.
I didn't
Bro,
say
you just
that.
okay, bro.
I
Okay, bro.
didn't.
Nonetheless, bro. Nonetheless,
And I got a pair of
Jordans, who we got.
Jordans.
Okay, that's fine. And there's people that got rooms full of Jordans. Let me tell you something, bro. One of the most expensive pair of Jordans that was ever made is M&M's, bro. They're like $30,000 for the shoe, bro.
Oh, hell no. You a crazy man to pay $30,000
you
for a
wouldn't
shoe.
pay for it, but people have,
Hell
bro.
no.
Jordan,
But
Yeah,
they don't wear
people.
those. But the boy, they don't wear those shoes.
And that's fine. They don't wear them, Platt, but they got them just for their collection, big dog.
Yeah, but they
That's
don't
the
wear
point.
them. So I mean, what if you need a pair of shoes?
You know,
Hey, certain people can afford. Man, I mean, they got some Nike. They got the Nike shoes that Marty McFly wore back in Back to the Future. They got those for like $25K, bro.
well,
And people don't wear
Deborah,
those.
Yeah, I don't want those. You know what? That's fine. I'm fine. Sneakerheads, that's fine. That's what you into. Not my thing. I would rather. I'm sort of with Darnell on this one. I'd rather get the dress shoes, and those designers do offer a line of dress shoes. And if you take a look at what they have, man, they got some. Nah, I'm saying, like you said, I don't want no Louis Vuitton. I don't want no Alexander McQueen. I don't want no Gucci. You should go look before you say that. They got some nice designs, man. Really, really nice.
Listen, Platt, listen, Square Biz, when a few years ago, But when I was in trucking at this moment, I had a deal. I was able to kick off a deal with or put a deal together for the mayor of Houston, Mr. Sylvester, right? I met his team. When I bought my suit from the Men's Warehouse, I bought like some $300 brown shoes that has no name on it. Nobody knows that. I know what I paid for. I know my suit cost $1,200. I know I went in to kill a game. Yes, they are.
Are those shoes
for $300, they're comfortable to me. You feel me? So I know what I paid for. It wasn't about it being worth it. It was about where I was going. I'm going to meet the mayor and his team. So I'm about to step a certain way. You hear what I'm saying? I'm about to overdo it. As a black man, I'm going to overdo it for this man. This is the mayor we talking about. This is City Hall. This is my first time.
But I still want to be comfortable. But I like
certain things ain't going to be comfortable.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But I just don't like things that are uncomfortable. If I just don't believe in trying to impress other people. But
this is not about impressing the other people. This is about the person I'm going to deal with. I know it's not. About the man. Listen, bro, I don't wear dress shoes like that. Before this situation, I wasn't dressing up like that, bro. So these shoes are going to be uncomfortable. The other shoes that I have, that's 150 plus on just the suit aspects of what I have or what I got in my closet. Like they're uncomfortable to me, and I'm cool with that because listen what I'm about to say, fam. I'm going to get some new money. I'm going to be around some different people. I can't be David with tennis shoes on. I need to dress the part for the situation.
I agree
so
with
I'm
that.
Respect
but
the game.
When I was a kid, went to church all the time. There used to be this. You go to Burlington Coat Factory. There used to be this brand. I don't know if they're still around anymore, but they were called Deer Stag. I ain't gonna lie. They made the most comfortable dress shoes, to this day that I've ever worn. Man, they were comfortable, and they were dress shoes, looked nice. And they were comfortable. I used to love them. I go to church all the time wearing those shoes, man. And, my feet weren't hurting. I guess I'm just more of a guy. I just don't believe in trying to conform to others. You see what I'm saying? I believe in trying to.
It's about how you trying to move, bro. It's like you can go into certain rooms and dress the way you say you dress. That's fine. Yeah. But people pay attention to that when you trying to get at some new money and new opportunities.
When you start talking about what the black man, when you start talking about urban dress, that has no value outside of the urban community. So
exactly.
That's just. I mean, you can do that.
You're a broke
dress,
person.
No, you can dress like that. I get it. No, I get it. It's just like rims. Rims hold no value outside the ghetto. I mean, it means something in the ghetto. It does. You could drive
good example,
you drive in the ghetto. You got on, $3,000 worth of rims and expensive tires, low profile. Yeah. But if you was to go to the white side of town,
they're gonna call you stupid.
They don't get it. They don't understand why you want the car to look like that.
And they don't
call you stupid.
Yeah, and
call you really stupid.
Some of them might, but
but Platinum, can you highlight? There's somebody in the chat's comment. Can you highlight it? Wicked Devil says status symbols for poor people. That's a really good comment, and that's what I.
And for the most part, it's not going to matter because people, for one, they still do it, and they can push it in the black community. We still go rock it a certain way. What they're not comfortable with, and what certain black people are not comfortable with, the black people that can afford it and want to do it, they don't care. Your opinion don't matter. It ain't holding no weight. You ain't moving.
Well, it matters because you got to fit in to a certain group, and when you trying to move up, you got to understand what's acceptable and what's not. And I get it, Jordans and stuff. I get it.
Man,
you can't take a guy who's got a barbershop in the ghetto and he's immersed in his customers, people who work for him. He's just immersed in that, and then move that guy to City Hall and expect him to fit in. He's not going to fit in. It's a different culture. It's a different way of life. The things that they value are different.
But that's not true though.
That is very true.
Man, Platt, people say that about me, G. I'm trying to tell you.
See, that's what's wrong. You know what? Stop. What's wrong with these things is people take everything personal. No, we're saying in general, brother. In general, that is the way things are. That's just the way things are. If you dealing with corporate America, you find out that the corporate ways are a big difference than the hood way. Hood is the hood.
Yeah.
You got a nightclub, you show up at the park, you got on your short set, you got from the flea market, you got on a big chain, you got on some suspensive Jordans, and you telling everybody, yo, man, come by the club, man. Yeah, we open tonight, man. What you talking about? We come get you a bottle, get you a booth, man. Come on, what you talking about? Where you been? Because you
more money.
Yeah, you got a big fancy car. That works there. But if you take that to corporate don't look at it that way. They have a way. They do the same thing, but they do it in a different way, and that's the whole point.
But platinum, basically, it's overcompensating. It's usually a weak person. That's very true. When you do stuff like it's like a redneck with a lifted truck. You ever seen that? Rednecks with lifted trucks. They're trying to overcompensate for shit. Yeah, I know you know.
Can say that. You can say that, bro. When Wu-Tang did what they did back in the day, and they came out with their T-shirts and certain things, it was corporate people that got behind it. So just because we don't like it, that $1 million checks will still cut to these people for their ideas and their creativity. And then now you look at most of the clothing brands.
I don't know about that. I don't know if Wu-Tang. They might have cut $1 million check. I don't know if Wu-Tang was the recipient of them checks.
Oh, well, FUBU,
they fell out over money, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did.
Most likely, but they still got FUBU. FUBU, he made billions off it.
He made money. I'm talking about them.
And he went bankrupt too.
I'm just talking about the whole idea of just the urban, man. When certain people are trying to move up, there's people that will come your way and put you on game about the situation, but you wouldn't have that opportunity unless they see something in you. Everybody just don't fit everywhere, but anybody could fit anywhere.
No, we're talking about corporate America, Tabor. You're mixing apples and oranges.
Nah, G. Nah,
Tabor,
man.
a woman that's the finest woman in the ghetto at a nightclub, right? The way she dresses, the way her hair carries herself, that'll work in the ghetto. If she took that to, say, downtown, where you got a mostly mixed crowd, I'd say 70% white, and then the other percent non-white. It depends on what she wears. They're not receptive of that. They're gonna look at that as strange. Why is she dressed like that? Why is her dress so short?
You know who's a prime example?
Hold on. Look at all that boot tail. Like, why she got oh God, look at her behind. That's what I'm saying. It's a different world. And you're acting like that's not true. And that is very true.
Man, look at Eve, bro. Look at Eve, the way Eve was outside with the Rough Riders, bro. Look who she's married to, bro.
Oh, I got you.
That's an example right there.
Okay.
You can put people in certain spaces, and if they willing to listen, you can change some things. You can slide in the room like that. You don't always have to act ghetto until you open your mouth.
Can you be a liberal but claim you're a conservative?
Yep, they doing it. They doing it. They doing it right now.
He's right on that.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. They doing it right now in front of our faces. It's the whole show right now.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
People code switch.
You can't argue with that. They are code switching. I mean, we mentioned Amber Rose. We mentioned Amber Rose. We mentioned Nicki Minaj code switching. I mean, come on. All these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
And when it's time to walk in, and when it's time to walk in a corporate room, walk in a corporate room, Nicki Minaj ain't talking the same way she talked to us, to them. You can't tell me she is.
Now you jump. Brother, Nicki Minaj. Come on, man. I like Nicki. Don't do that.
I'm using.
Don't do that.
We gotta be honest. What you mean? You can't. You
Don't
see?
do
You
that.
don't think she's
I like
switching up?
Nikki. No, I'm not gonna. I ain't got no
Nah,
problem
Man,
with it.
I'm not saying it's
I
on.
do.
I'm not saying it's bad, fam. I'm
You
saying it
joking, man? She
happened.
don't know nothing
I'm
about
not
no
joking,
paper.
bro.
Nicki Minaj got lawyers and stuff handling. Nicki don't be talking. Did you see
She
Nicki?
talked to.
You
She
don't
Hold on.
think
talked
she
to
don't deal
Erica
with
Kirk.
corporate?
Yeah,
Come
hold on.
on,
Did you
man.
see
She
Nicki?
talked to.
Yeah, I got you. Did you see Nicki when she met the Speaker of the House? Did you see that?
How was she?
Did you see how she looked like a fish out of water talking to that Mike Johnson guy? Did you
I
see
wouldn't
that?
be surprised.
I'm not
But
surprised.
you just said that she's comfortable with that.
We talking about being in corporate. I ain't saying you go fit everywhere.
That
I'm
is
saying you
corporate.
can. I mean,
No,
That's
that's
if you
government.
saying it's corporate, bro.
I
I
know
mean,
it's
how?
corporate in the sense it's white collar. It's basically the same.
No,
But
it's not the same. Government and corporate are two different
come on,
things.
that ain't.
Brother, it's white collar. It's basically the same. All right, look, let me, because you know what, Donnell, because you have a short memory. All right.
I spent my entire life in government.
All right, brother. All right. I'll see you. This guy. Yeah, I don't come on lives to argue with anybody. Meeting Mike Johnson, meeting the United States Congress is on par to being in a corporate setting. It's certainly not blue collar, it's white collar. When she met those people, you can see how uneasy she felt. You can see it. Anybody who saw it, you can see she felt like a fish out of water. She tried to talk to them. She don't have anything to talk about. That's Nicki Minaj. She's a rapper. And Trump took her there. Trump said, okay. They opened up the thing, and there they were. All these congressmen people and stuff. It was like 90% Republican. And she met a few, and then you could see her walk off, stood to the side. Those people don't listen to her music. She's a fish out of water when it comes to corporate gatherings. Period.
I'm hearing what you saying, but what I'm telling you, at some point in her life throughout her career, she's dealt with corporate people for her album and for promotion and for marketing. Those are the corporate people.
If
Those
you
are
want to
cutting
say that,
checks
if
to
you
her.
want to say that, man.
That's still corporate. Now that government politicians, and you got to be polished, even though they out here, like he said earlier, cheating on their wives, like they still doing ratchet stuff too. They out here moving
Okay,
like
man.
niggas.
No, I mean you giving them way too much credit, though.
Giving who credit?
You just said Wu-Tang, millions of dollars went through their fingers. They wind up broke and fighting each other in court and went bankrupt. You just said that, yet you think that they're a part of the money. They're not really a part of the money. I don't know why you think Nikki is sitting down, reading her contracts, going, no, she's not.
I'm not talking about just contracts. I get the lawyer aspect. I was talking about how people can go and deal with corporate. Now government, politicians, and what they gotta look like. But again, on the flip side of it, man, we talking about things that they doing out here that's making them look bad. That's tanking their own situation. Got them stepping down. That's all I'm saying, man.
It says Nikki's agent was Waka Flocka's mama. I think she changed since then.
Yeah, she has.
I think she's got a different agent.
A couple times. You talking about Debs.
And she got plenty of money. No, Nikki's got the money. She's got the money, but I mean, a lot of times, and it's not just Nikki. People are insulated. See, we have this perception of these people. We have a perception of these people, and we don't know that these people are protected. They're insulated. Yeah, they make money. Yeah, they're very talented. But you would be surprised by a lot of things about them. You would be shocked. But that's the whole point. That's the presentation, right? It's the circus. And they say, hey, give me $2. You can look behind that curtain. You say, well, I don't have $2. Well, you can't look behind the curtain. Well, some people say, well, I'm really curious what's behind that. What's worth $2? Give me the $2. You'll see. So a lot of them people are done that way. And then when you meet them or you realize they're just regular, very, very regular people.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people I wouldn't believe be sitting down talking a certain way because there ain't no need for them to do it. They just too hood. You just Kodak Black. I can't see Kodak Black talking to a certain type of person. I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just,
Yeah, I
like you
can't see
said,
nobody in their right mind's going to address Kodak unless you're a thug. Who's going to talk? Why would a man have any reason to talk to Kodak Black?
Man, he got a deal though. No matter who gave him the deal, he still got the deal.
Oh, he
That's
got a
why
record. Okay, those people get paid by him and work for him. But you just a casual person. You see Kodak Black across the street. Now I get you that. Other than hey, maybe take a picture because you like him. But beyond that, what person? And nobody's going to do that. This is what I'm saying. Nobody's going to try to extend the conversation with that man. That's all of them dudes. I would tell you don't, because them dudes real funny about stuff. If you ain't no woman, you're not gonna be able to, and they don't want to talk to you. That's the word. If you do, let me know you're gonna do that. I hope I can get some footage of that. Let me know you're gonna try to talk to them on some I want to get to know you type conversation. Oh, let me know.
You talking about me?
Like, no, I'm talking about anybody. Say a young boy or a Kodak Black or a little baby. Let me know you trying to, when you meet them, you're gonna try to be like, try to get to know them. Woo! I want to see that.
Yeah, man. They what they say, don't meet your heroes type situation. Like anybody, you know, you really rocking with as far as they got some star power, because they most likely a certain way, and I can believe that. But it's what I just believe is just like going back to with the politicians, right? People go be whatever they need to be when it's time to be it, especially a politician. That's why a person you like, and this is me personally. I just believe power is given and not taken or earned. Cause anybody, hello?
I'm right here, man.
Anybody, you become a supervisor because the person at your job figure you should be a supervisor or a manager. And in some cases, you ain't even qualified. We spoke about this the other night. You ain't even qualified, but you got the power now.
Why are these guys, none of them, other than maybe Stacey Dash, I'm looking, maybe Chile, other than Chile and Stacey Dash, none of them really need money. Why are they doing this fake pseudo conservative hustle like that? Why are they doing it?
So from what I heard, TLC didn't make that much bread. They was suing people too. They got a screwed up deal.
We had a guy call up. He was from Hawaii. He was married to a white woman. He said his daddy was a Chinese Jamaican man. And I told him, I said, man, you know, I understand you love your white wife, that you'll go to the end of time. And I get that. I said, but you don't understand. I'm a black man. I said, you think you're unique to me. No, you're not. I said, I see Negroes like you all the time. And that would be a Chile. That would be the TLC, the Chile chick. She got that white boy. She got that zaddy. Man, she going in on Negro. She going in on Michelle Obama.
Yeah, that's because dudes used to do a raw back in the day when she thought she was cute and was outside.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm just...
play. Man, you can't tell me she wasn't.
I don't know nothing about all of that, brother. You talking about something that's really irrelevant. I'm not talking about that. She can sleep with who she wants. I'm telling you that now she's got this white boy, and look at how ultra conservative. And see, this is what I mean by overplaying your hand. She's got it. Maybe she's trying to prove it to him. Maybe she's trying to prove to her zaddy that she's an ultra conservative. So now she's got to go down that rabbit hole. And then she wind up retweeting some Michelle Obama is a man type stuff. And she's a black woman and she's supported by black women. And that's a slur. And that's wrong to say that was a grown woman. That's a woman all her life. Okay, you don't like the way she looks. Her husband likes the way she looks. So isn't that all that matters? Her husband thinks she's attractive.
Yeah,
and she, but see, this is what, but to that dude that called me and attacked me and had a fit, He was overcompensating. That's what I was trying to explain to him. I was saying, brother, I feel why you so angry at me, because you are Puerto Rican man married to a white woman. You want to let that white woman know you are 100%, 1000% behind the white community. You support it to the end of time. I said, but you think you're talking to me like I was born yesterday. I said, you're talking to me like I ain't seen Negroes just like you. And you don't understand that. And you're looking at one right now, Chile. Chile's like that, man.
Candace
Chile.
Owens the same way.
Well, let's talk about Chile. Chile's just like that. She's 100%, and she don't care about conspiracy. She's 1000%, and if you go and investigate, it's because of that white zaddy.
Man,
it's her fear of losing that white zaddy. She's afraid. She's afraid that white zaddy might switch up on her. Maybe he'll go back to white women.
She's trying to get her Scooby snacks.
She's trying to do everything she can to show him that she's more compliant and obedient than a white woman. She's on there retweeting Michelle Obama things about Michelle Obama's a man. Retweet. Listening to Tommy Lauren. Sending money to what's the guy in Texas? I forget. What is that clown? Ted Cruz, sending money to Ted Cruz. Yeah, I mean, she's really no, and I'm telling what I was trying to explain to him is Negroes like Chile and himself, you guys got to overcompensate. You guys say you're comfortable married to these different races, but you're not. It ain't no different than the white chick who marries a black guy, and all of a sudden she's running around. Yeah, she's running around talking about sexy red, and she's twerking, and she done went and got a grill in her mouth. And she's talking crazy. Hey, you better tell her to shut, moving her head around. I don't know who you think you talking to. You better not be messing with me, because you don't already know. I'm from D-Town. I don't know what's wrong with them people, and it's like you're looking at her and say, why are you doing this?
That's how they be outside.
Why are you doing this?
That's how they be outside, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They overcompensate.
Because she trying to make it a point and trying to really be seen. I ain't going to say Eve don't be out here like that, but Eve just real cool and laid back. Before the dude she with, Eve was outside talking raspy to cats. Like her flow, you don't even hear her rap no more. You don't see her hanging with no rappers, taking no photos.
And I don't agree that Eve was outside, man. I mean, she was behind security, brother.
You talking about with Rough Riders?
Eve was with them. She was with them. She wasn't with outside. You act like Eve was out there on the block by herself.
I don't think you know what I mean when I say outside. I'm just talking about just being outside, the whole idea of what she do.
I don't believe it. No, I don't believe none. So? I don't think any of them were outside. I think they were musicians, and they entertained people.
With DMX?
Well, just because you go out and get yourself hooked on drugs, that don't make you outside, brother.
Man, I know what crackhead.
That don't make you not out there. You talking about somebody that's out there moving, somebody that's got motion, they known, they in the streets. Them people ain't never. I don't know if they may have been like that before the fame, but after the fame, they certainly wasn't like that.
Well, of course they wouldn't be after the fame. She done made it. Ain't no need to be outside no more. She got too much to lose. She got a record deal. She making money.
Did she script for a minute?
I think she did. Eve was outside, brother. Eve was outside. You can hear it in her raps. You don't walk around and rap like Eve and not have been outside. Well,
we're gonna give you a pass. We're gonna give you a pass on that. That man just said you can hear it, bro. We don't listen to Eve.
Yeah, I ain't listened to Eve in 15 years. Like Eve is so far behind in my head. Like now. But I was watching the Rough Rider video.
What y'all want?
What y'all really want?
Yeah, I know about that song, but I ain't listening to no Eve. I'll listen to Eve.
Like
Eve.
No.
She had a thing going. She had a big chin though.
She looked like her daddy.
Oh, he got a big chin. He got a big old chin.
She just got manly features.
Was that manly? No, she had that Buzz Lightyear chin.
Yeah, she got a stern face like her daddy,
Yeah.
like a man
Well,
would
well,
have. It
no, she
wasn't
was a
feminine.
woman. She just had a
I
big
mean, we
jaw.
know that, but she can still look like her daddy.
Okay, she had a big jaw. I just know she stood out with that big chin.
Yes,
It was
she
like
did.
with that Buzz Lightyear chin.
Yeah, like the booty chin type situation. It's real. Listen, she was still fine back in the day, low key, just like the girl that like last night y'all was talking about that I missed that live. I hate I was sleeping. She the same way. She got the same type of
Which one
face.
was it?
Iman Sharper wife.
Oh, you talking about her. Okay, Tiana. Okay.
Yes, the same way. She
Actually, a
was cute
very
when she
good.
was younger.
Thank you to the chat box. A very good live. Thank you, because we know we're not doing our necessarily political things. We're doing fine with that, but this was a little bit off the beaten path, and people responded perfectly to that. But I don't really want to. I might have to give me another channel because I really don't want to switch it up.
I mean, you kind of keep people engaged. I see your view numbers, big dog.
No,
So
I'm trying to
the
go
way
with
you
the
hop
guy.
up,
I'd love to go to the game if they like it.
what game?
Nothing. Don't worry. It's nothing.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah,
that
it
one.
ain't
I ain't
worth
even get
talking
the
about,
comments
man.
dropping.
No, we just had to make a conversation. She let Chris hit, and I figured that was an interesting
Okay.
subject, and it was.
Chris
And
Brown?
we're gonna get back to the war. We're trying to get some type of casualties. I've been holding out on purpose because I need some firm casualties.
A lot of women let Chris hit.
A lot.
So hold up. So is that okay? So if your girl no, I'm asking you straight up. If your girl, not some woman that you know, the woman that's claiming to be yours and you claiming to be hers, if she go to Chris Brown concert and she let Chris hit, do you forgive her because a lot of women let Chris hit, so she get a pass on
Yes.
that? So
Yes.
okay,
No,
so
of
Tabor,
course
you
not.
I got you. So
I don't
Tabor,
know if you know the comedian Tony Baker, but he had
tough
a
guy,
post
tough guy,
about
tough guy,
damn, you do that
tough
all
guy,
the time, man.
tough
I
guy.
just
All right,
got on there. I
yeah,
can't
go
say
ahead.
nothing.
Go. I'm gonna let you talk. Hold
Ah,
on. Go ahead,
man.
Tabor. Explain to us why you would give her a pass on that.
Why? Because she was never my girl like that anyway.
No,
No
no, no,
woman
no,
ever
no. She
is.
is your
I,
girl. She is your girl.
I, I'm, I'm trying to put it in my perspective, G. I'm telling you, remember when I tell you I don't do relationships? If I had the motion to put her in a room with Chris Brown or she had the money to get there, that's her crush. That's what I told you the other day. Every girl got a crush and she go be on go. This is her chance. I
So you
can't
gonna
even
stay?
be
Hold
mad
on,
at her.
hold on. So what? You gonna stay with her? You gonna stay like in a
I didn't say I was gonna
relationship
stay
with?
with her. I said absolutely not.
What you gonna say
Absolutely not.
when it gets back to you that she let Chris Brown hit? You gonna be like, I understand. A lot of
I
women
understand.
attracted him, so you get a pass.
And I'm a dip. I'm a dip and slide player. Like I'm not about to stick around. I get it. There's always gonna be a dude better than you. For any dude, there's always gonna be somebody better. More money,
Okay,
better looks. That's just
I
me.
got you. Go ahead, tough guy.
No, I was just saying that it's Chris Brown, man. Even my sister paid all that money to come see him. You know? Like it's Chris Brown, dog. Like this is the thing. They know, even the girl knows that even if they do get a chance, that's all they gonna get is that chance and that chance only. So if you think about it, I mean, a lot of people gonna take that chance if it's
Shit, I
with
don't
some
know.
like old boy said, like it's their crush. But as a man, you gotta kind of be secure. This is why you always gotta kind of keep that player mode about yourself or that swagger because bitches change up. Oh, excuse me, women. I can't say bitches on your channel. Um,
He, he said it again.
yeah, um, but you know what I'm saying, Platt, man. They're women. They have emotions. They up and down. This is
So
why
how do you
even married. Wait,
how
wait. I was
do you
almost done. I was
handle
about to
it?
land. I was about to land. Even married men tell their wives they don't want them to do this and that because they know how women are naturally. You know, if you get a woman in the room by yourself and you say the right things, the panties is coming off, man. It's all about how they feel. You make
For
them feel a
sure.
certain way, it's over.
How do you handle her cheating with Chris Brown? Do you give her a pass?
I mean, I don't say give her a pass, or I don't say handle her dealing with Chris Brown. If she deals with Chris Brown, then she dealt with Chris Brown. The thing is, what I'm saying is, it's not like she gonna get another chance to do that.
Yeah.
So
You
you do give her a pass. That's what you're saying.
that's what I
No,
said.
I'm saying this. You know me. I'm saying I would send her to his ass to try to see if she can come up.
I
If
get
she
that.
if
No,
all she
no,
got was
no. We're
bubble
not
gum
talking
and
about
dick. Wait a
what,
minute, wait a minute. If she all she got is bubble
watch your
gum and dick,
mouth,
that's
brother. Come on, man. You know what? You come up here, man. There you go. You done did it 3 times. Brother, come on, man.
what, man.
Ask you a question, man. We're not talking about that. We're talking about there was a normal relationship, regular relationship, and she slept with Chris Brown. What would you do? And that's all we asked you to do. And you said that it's Chris Brown. So in my opinion, you give her a pass. I don't think
I
less than
didn't
you,
say. Did
brother.
I say that?
You know
See,
what?
in
We
your
okay, let me
opinion, you
stop. Let me
right.
stop. Let me stop because we got to get somewhere on these YouTubes where people just answer the question and they don't take that stuff personal.
I
And
did
now
answer your question.
I know you said you wouldn't give her a pass. I got you, brother.
Yeah.
Pat,
So
a
I
chick.
don't
Go ahead.
understand.
Any
Like,
chick that I rock with, she got a pass to do whatever she want, when she want, how she want.
Now
And I got the
Tabor said he give her a pass. He don't care.
well, he's
yeah.
basically saying he gonna let
And,
a bitch be
but
a
I'm
bitch.
leaving
Oh, excuse
anyway.
me. He gonna let a woman be a woman. Excuse me.
I'm sliding
Yeah.
anyway, big dog. I'm not tripping. I can't control what nobody do, but I can control my reaction. That's all I got. Ain't no need for me to blow up. It
And
already
you know
happened.
what? though? No. You make a good point, Tabor, because you say I slide too. You got to.
You
You
got
got
to.
to. Sometimes you get in a relationship where that woman puts that pressure on you to show you, well, you know what? A whole lot of men want to be with me, and
You got
this
to show him
dude,
the same
no,
thing, man.
I got you. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. When they know that you ain't pressed, when they know
Well,
that
that's
you
the
out,
whole thing. With a woman, you can't be predictable. They like spontaneous shit. They like, you know what I mean. You just gotta keep them on their toes. They women.
I got you. But what I'm saying, if she know you ain't pressed, if she come back talking about she smashed Chris Brown,
Who do the women cry
you
about?
don't
Who do they always complain about
you
and
don't
want
get in
them in
your
their life?
feelings.
Can't.
You don't get in your feelings, but you got to understand. Now it depends. If she paid, now that's different. But you got to understand. You got to go out here, man, and get her where she'll know better.
But
So you got to go. You got to
what
go
type
out.
of
You got to
men?
go out and pull better, way better than her, and then you smash that, and then you throw that just like you playing a game, like chess game, and you say checkmate.
Like, that's what I'm saying. What type of men do women usually cry over? Who are they always complaining about?
I don't know who
Let,
they always complain about,
let,
but they cry over the men they care about.
let me tell you. Let
But
me
I'm
tell
saying
you
it's
how.
usually that dude that don't give a fuck, that don't care and give her, the business, and that's it.
Let me say this to y'all, man. As far as dealing with a woman goes, let's say you did. Let's say that did happen. Well, I know you got a couple friends, right? I can slide a certain way on your friends. The difference is you probably never see Chris again, but you go see your homegirl, and your homegirl go talk about me. Like there's ways to play the game without having to do nothing treacherous. You feel what I'm saying? And just keep it playing, bro. Cause you ain't worth the blow up that I can actually have, even if we 2-3 years in. That's just me, bro. That's just me. That's why I just tell you, I just want to be cool with a chick, and when she ready to move around, I let her slide.
Because
Right?
ain't nothing you can do if she
Ain't nothing,
wants
yeah.
to. So that's what he basically saying, Plaid. It's not that you give her a pass. It's just that you gonna have to let her do what she do because she gonna do it anyway. Most people
You
are
are
going to
very
do
sure.
it anyway. This is why most men are single and why they only be trying to fuck on bitches, and that's it, because they ain't trying to deal with that shit,
You
man.
ain't gotta really do too much.
Now that's about 8. We got a great stream, and you done came up here with your
It's
potty
10
mouth, brother.
o'clock, man. It's like, damn, it's late at night, man.
Bye, bro. We appreciate you, bro. You're welcome, but you got to stop cursing on my streams, man, because you don't know what I have to deal with, and I'm not going to get into that with you. Just don't use profanity. This ain't the barbershop, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that, man. People be listening. People be listening with their kids in the back. You can't be just dropping all this, saying stuff like you in the streets like that. Nobody want to hear that stuff, man.
Yeah,
you got dudes, men and women on dates, and they might say, "Hey, I listen to this crazy stuff. This stuff funny," and you up there just dropping F this, F that, F. They don't want to hear that stuff, man.
I ain't gonna lie, Platt. I be talking like that too, but I can.
You gotta stop, man.
Know how to not do it. I know how to not do it.
We made it. We made it like 2.5 hours with other than Darnell, you know, and a few of his bombs. But for the most part, it certainly didn't come from me, and it didn't come from you. For the most part, it was a clean stream. And then this other guy, I don't know what's going on with him. Just every other word.
Boys, I'm telling you, it's easy to activate somebody's demons when you talking about certain things. But yeah, bro, like when it comes to that, like that's why I tell you, it's cool to have people in my life, but it's just like, go ahead.
No, and we got a few new people. We got Tammy in here, and she's saying especially calling women beasts. They don't want to hear that, man. We got a handful of, we actually have a whole bunch of new people listening to us, man. Come on, watch your mouth, man. And then he gets mad when I say that. Bruh, come on, man, watch your mouth. You don't understand that. Watch your mouth, man. Can't you just watch your mouth? Instead of getting mad at me, just watch your mouth. People listening and stuff, they'll never, you'll never even know them get in the chat. They just in the crowds. They don't want to hear that stuff. They got their kids, they babysitting, they nieces watching Cartoon Network. They listen on the computer, and you up there, F this, F that. She's a B. She ain't nothing but a B. Don't nobody want to hear that stuff, man. Look, we'll see. We will see. I see it's a new thing. Let me say this to the black community. Hey, be a liberal, but vote Republican. Now, if you understand what that means, that you actually, if you're a liberal, now listen, if you are a Republican, you should vote Republican. If you live like Republicans, you need to vote the way they live. But if you're a liberal and you vote Republican, that's to cut off everything that you enjoy. You basically telling Republicans you want to stop doing the things you've been doing, because they don't support none of that stuff. They don't support none of that thuggery. They don't like these filthy lyrics these women use, these females use. They don't like no OnlyFans. They trying to shut that down.
That's too much money, man. That's what a few $billion dollars.
They willing to lose money on that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They willing to lose money on that.
People say stuff, and this is what I mean by people, a politician to say something and it sound good, but then it be like, who you really about to fight on it? I mean, you shut that down. It's some other things that you might as well shut down too, because I don't see it as no different. But I do know there's a few people that's on it that they not even doing the most on it. They just got photos. You know what I'm saying? And people pay for that.
Hut say the giant.
What, that pay for it?
Hut say they love strip clubs in these conservative states. The giant, the Shake. Where you heading out to, man? I'm finna go by the Shake. Pulling up.
I got a few places in the H. I know I'm about to be up
at 6 a.m. You texting? Yo, I'll be there in 30 minutes. She like, okay, babe, where you at? I'm in the back waiting on you. I'm on my way. The giant. Going to the Shake. The Shake
Club. They shut down OF, man. They got to shut down a lot of things, man. I'm not going to even hold you. Because that just... that's what I mean.
I ain't been in a strip club in 5 years. I need to pull up though. No, I got other stuff more important. Actually, to be honest, I don't have time to do it now. But I haven't been in a strip club in 5 years. I think I'll stick my head in one. Ah, I think I will, man.
I just can't stop a female from getting some money, man, and I just can't hate on it.
They all right, man.
I ain't even mad at it. Go get your bread. Go get your bread.
But I'm trying to be on something else, man, because if I go in there, I know me. I'm going to go back.
Hey, man.
I'm going to go back to pulling up, man. I'm going to go back.
At least
I'm going to go back, and I know what I'm doing, man. And I know what I'm doing, man. Next thing you know, I'm going to be pulled back into a lifestyle I'm trying to leave alone. Because I know what I'm talking about.
Better, huh, Flat?
Yeah, they better not sit next to me, brother. You're going to lose that bitch.
Man, I already know what it is. I just be play it in the cut, play it cool. Man, I already know. I enjoy me. That's why I understand like anything a female out here doing when it comes to getting money, because at the end of the day, they ain't getting in no real trouble. I mean, they may be doing something in the gray area, but they getting some money, man. Like they ain't robbing nobody. You know, equal exchange of services when it comes to the OLs or in the clubs. I'm for it, bro. I'm for it. You can't stop it. Do you?
She said Democrats are not the blacks. I don't know what that means.
Man, I don't even see. I gotta be honest, Pat. I don't even see why people vote. To be honest with you, it sounds good.
You have to influence your leaders. Look, we're at war now. Your leaders control a lot. So if you vote for the wrong person, it can take you place. Some people are going to lose their life tonight as we speak. As we speak. It's dark in America, but I think over there it's daytime. People are going to lose their life because of Trump and his decision to go to war. You can blame Benjamin Netanyahu too if you want to, but because they decided to go to war, people are going to die. That's why you have to vote. You don't have to vote for the Democratic Party. You need to be politically educated, and then you need to vote for what best represents your interest. You need to do that.
And they'll say I remember, and somebody got up here and said it. They said he was gonna be the president that don't go to war, and that was him getting into office, and now he in office and they at war, but they ain't calling it a war, so technically it ain't a war. That's crazy to me, man. And
well, when they storm that beach, which they're doing now, it's going to take them a minute. It's going to take probably about 3-4 days. When that body count goes up, then we'll see what's the direction of the war. We'll see then.
You know, even then, I already know we not getting no real numbers. They'll never tell us real numbers. Nobody's going to get online and say anything. I mean, they may say some things, a few people, but that's the type of stuff that don't come across your timeline. You know, you got to be then scroll almost to the end of TikTok or Instagram before that pop up. You know what I'm saying? Then you start talking real numbers in politics. I don't know, man. People just playing people's faces, bro. And I'm just not for it. Because I try my best not to lie to people that I rock with. You know what I'm saying? Or couldn't possibly need something from one day. That just don't make sense to me. That just don't make sense to me, man. But people go for it. I know I won't be voting 2028. I'm cool after Obama. He showed me enough.
Okay.
They won't get a second chance. I'm just saying, bro. They can't get a second chance. I know things that wasn't done. I know things that was promised, and it's like no political party has ever been for us. They may have gave us some
and it's not like that now. It's never going to be like that.
What, that they do something for us?
Yeah, no. Because blacks, you got to understand, blacks were not brought here to be citizens. Did you see the Duke game?
I don't watch sports, bro.
Oh, you don't watch sports? Okay, I didn't know that. You don't watch no sports?
No sports, bro.
Wow.
I've been like that since a kid. I played it.
Hey, hold on. Who saw the Duke game? Who saw the dude? Who saw that? Who saw that? What they got? The white dudes too, the white boys. They blocked that shot. He threw that ball. That dude hit nothing but bottom. Bam! He hit the bottom of the nets. That was about what, a 30-footer? That must have been a 30-footer, man. He backed up. That's from UConn too, man. UConn has that's a horrible football team. UConn, them dudes got together on Duke. They came back. It was down by 6, man. That dude said, bam! No, nothing but net, man. No, I don't think he even hit the rim, man. That thing said, boosh. Went up by 1, won the game. And did you see the coach? That coach went crazy. That coach went crazy, man. That coach thought he lost that game. He saw them do that. He said, dang. They got that rebound. He said, whoo. He passed it in. And then he came up, and then they was on him. He was finna take a jumper. They was finna block it. He fished it back to him. Man, that man lined up. He was way back. He said, poof. Bam. But I had questions about Duke anyhow, because I had questions about Duke. And because they went last year and they lost, and then this year they made it. Now we're in the Final Four though, so I think I might look around. You know who I like? I like who beat Tennessee? Oh, you don't keep up with it. Who beat Tennessee today? What's the team that beat Tennessee? I like them. I like them to win it all. I don't even know how many of these people keep up with sports, but yeah, somebody beat Tennessee. I don't know the name of the team. Who won it? Who beat Tennessee today? Earlier, Michigan. I think Michigan gonna do it. Let me say something else too. Let me say something about Michigan. If Michigan go in and they win, you know they're going to bring up DeJuan Howard. You know they're going to bring him up. You know they're going to bring up DeJuan Howard. They're going to say DeJuan Howard was DEI. DeJuan Howard was the reason they weren't winning when they got rid of DeJuan Howard and they got that new coach. Look at Michigan. And I don't want to hear it, but I know they're going to bring that up, man. And I didn't agree with DeJuan Howard fighting and he hit the man in his head. DeJuan Howard hit a man in his face.
A coach got in a fight with another coach?
Yeah, DeJuan Howard hit the Wisconsin coach. He hit that man in his face with his hand. They was arguing. He reached out and just smacked. He didn't smack him. He rubbed his hand down his face. And then now he's fired. Now look at Michigan. Look at Michigan.
I got big face.
Now they done got rid of him. Look at Michigan. They about to win them a national championship. That's pitiful. That's absolutely pitiful. And I blame DeJuan Howard for that. If you want to talk, I don't blame. I know the white supremacists gonna get in on. I don't care. I blame DeJuan Howard. Why are you gonna get these jobs and act a fool? Why you want these jobs and then you can't coach? And then you in there smacking, you grabbing people, hitting people. And then when they fire you, your assistant take your team to the Final Four. Dang. Come on, man.
Yeah, that ain't. Hey, some people write their own story though, man. So what? He not getting another job at another school?
I think he's an assistant coach for the Clippers or something like that. He's in the NBA.
Oh, well, he didn't came up then, low key. From college to NBA. That's a level up. He valuable to somebody.
Sister Ashley is a Christian. What you think about Islam, Sister Ashley? What you think about Islam? Do you know there's no such thing as repent in Islam? I know, but do you know there's no such thing as born again? You probably don't.
Is that
I,
the place where they be that women
huh?
can't talk back and all that?
You what?
Is that the place where like women can't talk back? Oh, that's a religion.
That can be. That's in Kentucky. It depends on where. It depends on you or your woman. So you ain't got to go over to the Middle East for that, bro. Yeah, it depends on your relationship.
It was a video online with like a high school girl, and she was saying something to a black dude, and the dude was saying some things that it was funny though, like as far as like hair or whatever, and she responded to him, and it was like, cause she can't take her whatever that thing is on her head, and she responded to it. But when you went to the comments, and when I tell you they was cooking her, there was like her religion don't allow her to do that. Like she would have been, some things would have happened to her. You know what I'm saying? If certain people would have seen it, and that's why I asked about it. I don't know, man. I don't too much follow into the religion.
She said, Islam is antichrist. He's in there, but he's not in the same. He's not viewed the same she views him. Jesus. Be careful, Sister Ashley. I'm glad that you blessed and highly favored. I hope it stays that way. And you're right. A lot of us do need Jesus. A lot of us do need Jesus.
I was out his side though. But nah,
Said
man.
Jesus is our only hope. Do you know people have to save themselves? A person who wants to get into the word, they have to be ready to do that. You can't really force people into that, or they won't. They're not gonna. They'll do it while you're looking at them, but they won't really do it.
Until they bump their head.
Yeah, change is change. Actually, change is when people are not looking. You change when nobody's watching you. Changing when somebody's watching you, you really not changing.
And you show up and everybody else recognize you change. They can see it in you. The way you talk, the way you move, how you deal with certain situations. Yeah.
Up in the joint. I worked at a joint, man. 3 of them dudes claimed to be preachers. I said, man, come on.
But they was doing like this chilling.
No,
money?
they were they was working there. They were preachers, but you can't work there and be no preacher. But they know from a paperwork standpoint.
Oh, so it was a hustle, low key. Like they was doing the weddings or something like that.
They was lying to the women saying that they were pastors to smash.
See, man,
when they weren't.
I know dudes like that. I just don't get why you gotta go that far. It makes sense, but I don't get why people gotta go that far. But they be getting them though.
I'm a Christian, Ashley.
I ain't gonna hold you. Mace was outside doing that to people. He was a pastor for a minute.
Nah.
Went back to going back.
Nah, he wasn't.
Mace wasn't a pastor for a minute.
No.
They call him Pastor Mace.
Calling you pastor don't make you a pastor, no.
Yeah, I think Mace was in the church for a minute, man. Mace was preaching, and he came back to rapping.
When you get called, you get called. It's you can't be a rapper and then say you was called. You wasn't called. You might have got into it, but you wasn't called. When you called to minister, you're called. It sounds like someone your mother. Are you used to your mother's voice, DeBoer?
I mean, I'm used to it.
Okay, yeah. If you walk into a room and your mother say something, say your name, would you pretty much figure it's your mom and you can recognize it?
Yeah, she got a voice.
There you go.
A voice.
When you call to pastor, you're calling, you hear the person, whoever it is, you hear the voice, it sounds familiar, and it tells you that you need to pastor. That's a call to be a preacher. When you just do it, that's mace.
It was a hustle, man. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a hustle. He went through all that. Hey. Man, but boy, and that's what I mean about people playing in your face, man. They just feel a need to. They just feel a need to, man. I can say ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't gotta support it. I can just move around. Hey, man, let me ask you, because I wanted to ask you earlier. What about you in the Chris Brown situation? Your girl, do you give your girl a pass?
Yeah, I would just be cool. I'd be cool with her doing it, but nah, we couldn't do nothing else. But I get it though. I wouldn't be like cruel with it. What I'm saying, I'd be cool with it. I wouldn't try to rag on her, but nah, I mean that's not. But I would tell her that like you blew we had a good thing going, but you blew it over Chris Brown. That man gonna be here and he gone. That man gone. That man ain't thinking about you, but you ruined our relationship over him.
I would hope I wouldn't even say that.
I would say
like what you said right now. I would hope that I wouldn't even say that. I just want to leave. I just want to leave.
I would say
I can't be mad at you, but I just want to leave.
Well, I'm not mad at it. I accept it, but I'm just saying she ruined it because she slept with a man who's going to be in town for a night and then he's gone.
Yeah, it be. I mean, this is a case of, to me, it's a case of a chick will ruin something over something so petty. Like whatever y'all got going on, if it's cool, she'll just do something that make you look at her different, and you just don't want to rock with it because of that no more. And it may be something so petty to her, or so petty to you. Well, no, so petty to her, but she don't understand it, so it'll be just flip for me. I don't know, man, but you said it though. I know that's how I'm feeling about it. Got your chance, big dog. I hope it was worth it. But that memory gonna live with her forever. So she gonna be able to tell her homegirls, "Hey."
Okay, I hope it's worth it, man.
Last night, I had a great Saturday night. I bet you did. I bet you did.
Yeah, look, listen, you got Nick Cannon. He got 12. He got more kids than he can remember. You got Chile. She made a lot of real messed up tweets. Don't date black men. She got her Zaddy. We got Amber Rose. She got her OnlyFans. Her claim to fame is sleeping with rappers. You got Tiger Woods. He just turned over another truck. The man just turned another truck over. Like he didn't learn his lesson the last time. Snoop. We gonna move on from Snoop. He changed up, but okay. But for the most part, it's Snoop, conservative. If he say he is. I don't know. And what I'm saying, he went to the Olympics. He held the torch. So maybe Snoop is a different type of dude. Then you got Mike Tyson. Somebody's already wrote about Mike Tyson, how it's absolutely absurd to.
What do he do for them to write about him?
His criminal history. They talking about his criminal history.
With Robin Givens?
Now with Desiree Washington.
I can't remember her.
Don't worry about it. Anyhow, they saying that's a complete contradiction. And then you got Stacey Dash, and people think she's at 58 years old, 58, and she says she's doing it to help Dash out. At 58, this woman starts an OnlyFans. Now, I don't know about that. Now, maybe Dash want to look at it. Maybe that's why Dash told her to start it, because he first subscribed. Damian Dash.
Oh, that's her cousin.
I know, but maybe she said that she said she was influenced to do it because of him. Maybe he's one of her subscribers.
Oh, I wouldn't be
Maybe he's
surprised.
when they got him some lotion, some paper towels.
Nah, Black, I
He
can't do
done put
Dame like
his
that.
phones, in hold.
And the reason why
and he done pulled the curtain around the cubicle.
I can't
Right?
do Dame like that. And the reason why I say that is because Dame Dash the type of cat when he be coming online, be like, go get your money. If there's money to be
I
made
think
for you
Dash.
and you ain't got nothing else going on.
I think Dash was thirsty, and he ain't using his real email. He's probably using an email, a fake email, but he paying for that content.
Nah, man. I mean,
Been over.
He can pull a Stacey Dash. That's Dave.
That's his cousin, man. No, he can't. No, he can't. Come on, man. Fuck no. Come on, man. Now you talking crazy, bro. You talking crazy, bro. Come on.
I'm saying you don't think he can't pull somebody.
We don't do that. This is America, man. We don't do stuff like that.
Man, I'm not talking about Stacey Dash. I'm talking about like the lookalike, the chick that aesthetically like her, light skin, pretty eyes. You don't think he can get somebody like that?
I think he can, but I think that if he influenced her to start it, he probably looking at it.
Oh man. Oh man, I don't know, man.
I do believe that.
It's a possibility though. But I don't know, man. That's tough though, Platt. That's the toughest lie you done said since I've been out here.
You got a family member and you constantly trying to get them to join OnlyFans constantly. You do have to look at that person. Why are you so adamant about what they do? I mean, if they want to join, they'll join. If not, they won't. But when you just adamant, it's probably because you want to see them.
Well, maybe she bought it up though. And he was just like, go ahead and do it. Cause it ain't like you can stop her, but man, we ain't seen Dash and nothing, Stacey Dash and nothing in a very long time.
I think she doing them Redbox videos.
I ain't seen it in nothing.
Leprechaun in space.
Oh, Tubi, like Tubi movies. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stacey Dash be like in the listing. She be like running from the leprechaun. And then she be in a movie like 5 seconds.
Cause by now she at the age to where she can be somebody's mama on Lifetime or something. I just ain't heard about her. You know what? I'm gonna have to go look up that IDMB. I think that's what it's called. Where you go look up the actor and you can see any recent movies or whatever. But nah, I can't see it being nothing that's worth watching. Probably some low budget films, but nah, man. And then there's old women hopping on there. I can't say every day, but they got old women that's online, man. It's like you said, like they gotta work at a later age based on what the pension. No, that wasn't you. I was listening to something else earlier.
All people are on live stream.
Now, these old people gotta get their bread. Somebody out there want to
So
watch.
hold on, let me get this straight. So older people shouldn't be online?
No, I ain't saying they shouldn't be online. I'm saying they should be getting money however they can.
I saw a woman. She must have been 80, whatever. She was online. I mean, what I'm supposed to do? Tell her get off?
No, I'm talking about OF. I ain't even just talking about online.
Oh, they over there. If you like, they got that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like their Social Security didn't hit. They ain't got no bread. They screwed up their life. Go get you some money.
I don't know about all that, but there are older women on. If that's what if that fits your taste, they're there.
Yeah, man. So her being somebody, like she had a
the
following.
Big ones are over there. The big chicks over there, the BBWs, they over there.
Yeah, I know they are.
The 5'3", 192, they over there.
Getting their money, man. I can't even hate on it. They got what's his name? The Adam 22 dude. He out here letting his wife do whatever with whoever.
Yeah. I saw that.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. I never want to be
I couldn't do that.
much,
I couldn't be married. I couldn't be married to a woman and let dudes smash my woman out.
Nah, T. That's too hard. Like, it's one thing to find, to, you know what I'm saying, find out she was cheating, but to take her to the meetups, like these pimps that they came out online, and you end up finding out they had a baby with with somebody they used to put outside. I don't understand it, bro. I understand it. I can't say I get it, but I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Don't get it. Nah.
I got you, bro. Look, we wanted to talk about should blacks try Republican Party. There's a new movement. We see more people are at it every day. We see the Nick Cannon, the Amber Rose car ride where Nick said the Democrats are leaders of the KKK. Amber went in and said blacks, Republicans. I mean, he said Democrats hate black people. We see these two people, right? And you look at Nick, he's got a bunch of kids. He's not married. You got Amber. I mean, she's trash. Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods just got arrested. He flipped another SUV off, and he's a conservative, right? You got Mike Tyson. You know his history. You got Stacey Dash. You know, and you got Nicki Minaj. And what are blacks going to do? What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do as a black person? What are you going to do?
I think people should start sitting down.
Yeah, which way are you going to go? Are you going to vote Republican? What's stopping you? Go ahead, Tabor.
I think people should sit down, man. I think people should stop giving people power to play in their face until they actually start getting something. And we know they ain't trying to get nothing. We know they trying to replace us with the immigrants they're allowing in. Any resources by way of, let's say, reparations that could have possibly happened. They gave that away. They playing in your face with that. You know, boys just need to sit down. Just start sitting things out. That's saying something too. Ain't too many of us show up. What can you say? If nothing changes, that just let you know that they don't rock with you like that. But we talking decades, and in the next few years, what we got 20 years left before it makes it a century. When we got voting rights in the 50s,
60s,
in the 60s. So that means we got about 25 years. So it's been 75 years. We got 25 years before it make a century. Ain't nothing has really been in your favor. How long you gonna let them play with you?
Well,
That's
we'll
a long
see.
time, man.
And I appreciate you, Tabor. We'll see.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, Cliff.
Yeah, we finna dip up out of here, man. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you in the morning. We got one more day before April 1st. Remember, in June, July, you're gonna have to hit them beaches, them pools. You better get in shape, man. Stop playing. You gotta do it now. You gotta do it now, or you're gonna pay a price. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be mad. Like the stream, man. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. We got the Super Chat right here. We got the Cash App. It's running in the banner. We appreciate you, man. We out.